There we go. Unexpected victorious Tornado Energy.
2016 Wargaming.net League World Champions.
Good evening and welcome to the EU Wargaming.net League Season 2. My name is Hector. I'm joined here today by the Killzor. And well, it's last week, dude.
It is the last week. It's also the last time I'm wearing this thing.
That's what happens when you lose a bet. Isn't that a lovely bow tie?
It was a charity bet, okay?
It's a charity
Let's
bet.
be real here.
It was a sympathetic
I did it to help you out. I was like, you know, Mojo doesn't take bets. I'll take one.
Took one for the team. Digging that.
Exactly like that. Yeah, like Ryan said, it is the last week. Everything is decided in this week. Who is going to make it to the top 2 to the automatic qualification for the LAN finals? That is going to be the story for this entire weekend. Honestly, looking at it, those top 2 spots, who's going to be? It's undecided so far. And with the right circumstances, it could even end in a 3-way tie.
It can be absolutely hectic. So let's have a look at the standings. And Daki, you can break this down because it starts to get a bit complicated. Easy for me to see. Complicated because we also have grand final points in the bargain here.
Yeah, complicated. You know, the calculations for grand finals. We'll get more into the detail when we see the points that will be given for Season 2. But there you can see how much the teams have gotten so far. Ding, obviously, the one with the most because they took first in the last season and first in the LAN finals as well. But the thing here, the top 3, you see Kazna Crew has a match in hand. They can bring themselves onto 33. They can bring themselves onto 34 points actually, but they can also end on 33. So with the right circumstances, we could end in a 3-way tie. And then we have to look at the head-to-head between the teams, which is going to also be very interesting to see. But that's going to be the story because Go Hard plays Kazna Crew today. That could already be a make or break moment because obviously if Go Hard win clean against Kazna Crew, that would put them on 36 points, and that's 5, and Kazna Crew only 2 matches in hand. Then they would have to win both, and Go Hard would not have to.
Isn't this Ding should actually be above Go Hard, should it not? Head to head between the teams. Is that how it goes?
I think Ding won twice.
Ding have beaten Go Hard twice, so they would be ahead of Go Hard. So Ding are actually in first place, so they're tied on points with Go Hard, and then it comes down to individual performances against each other, of which Ding has beaten Go Hard twice. Now we saw at the top of the table how crazy close it was. Now Daki, the other thing we're talking about here is the grand final points.
Yeah, so obviously Season 2 is valued more in regards to Grand Finals because it's closer to what you can see there for the online season, which is decided this weekend, most of the points, and then for the season finals. And there's a very interesting thing that could happen there. Let's say Kazna Crew make it through 3rd place. They take 3rd place in the online season and they end 4th at the season final. And Go Hard wins it. Oops takes 2nd or Ding takes 2nd, and Oops takes 2nd and Ding takes 3rd. Then Oops, Ding, and Go Hard will make it to the grand finals, and Kazna Crew wouldn't. So that's very, very vital to see how it rolls out because, like I said, if Go Hard takes 1st, Oops takes 2nd, Ding takes 3rd at the line finals, and Kazna would take 4th, even with good placings throughout 2 seasons, they wouldn't make it.
Yep. So in a very simplified term, it's not simply just the first 3 places at the end of the season who automatically go to grand finals. The performances of season 1 also come into effect with that.
Yeah, it's over 2 seasons. It's going to be interesting to see. There is a lot of possibilities here how these points are going to work out. We can obviously not forget about Utopia. They picked up a lot of points last season as well. Everybody seems to be forgetting about them, but they're still in there as well.
And they're playing actually in the first game this evening because it's going to be Utopia Ding. And then after that, the big match we're all excited about is Go Hard Kazna Crew.
Yeah, honestly, the highlight of the day has to be Go Hard versus Kazna Crew. How that one is going to go, I don't know. All I know is it's going to be a close one, in my opinion. Honestly, it is going to be super close. I see tiebreaker potential between both these matches actually, but even more between Go Hard versus Kazna Crew.
I would say, in all honesty, probably Go Hard Kazna Crew would be the highlight of the entire weekend because there's no other match that is as important as that match for the teams involved.
It's pretty much a decider because then Go Hard has 1 match in hand, which they should arguably win or take up at least 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, because Ding and Go Hard both play tonight. Then their next match is against the Gunrunners. Both of them play Gunrunners.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the point. They should arguably win that one, especially if Gunrunners cannot make it to that top 6 anymore. Then, you know, it's over for Gunrunners pretty much. Like, let's say it's realistically over for them. And that's the big factor that Gohard should pick up the points there, at least a few. 2 arguably would be best if they beat Kazna Crew, puts them on 36, Kazna on 31, 6 points still to be gained. Gohard takes 2 points. That's it. Gohard cannot be catched by Kazna Crew anymore.
Yep. Now we see here lineup for Utopia. If you're a fan of this team, give them a follow on Facebook, drop by and say hello. Daki, this team is one of the teams we thought would perform a lot better this season, didn't we?
Well, arguably, I'm not sure about that. I mean, they picked up new players, but we weren't sure how this lineup was going to work out. Last season, they were a pretty big surprise when they took the 2nd place in the regular season. I mean, everybody saw Ding and Kazna Crew as those contenders for those top 2 last season. Now, Utopia made it there into that top 2. It was close in the end, but they did it. This season, they're on a more realistic spot, I'd say, for, bringing in all these lineup changes, swapping about the roster a lot throughout the matches, Shuku, Murakar, and such, rotating a lot. So I'd say they're on a position where, I think they deserve to be right now with their performance throughout the season, because it has been a very hit or miss team.
And their opponents, Ding, once again, if you do really appreciate Ding, if you follow the team, give them a follow on Facebook, drop by their Twitter and say hello, give them a follow. Now, Ding, I mean, we always kind of joke about Sheesh, but it's very unlikely we're going to see him just because of the importance of Ding.
We'll see him at the LAN finals if they make it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll come along. Now, the thing that got me, Daki, we don't actually have an interview with Ding, but I was able to speak to Hulknick earlier on in the week, and they didn't adjust to that patch at all.
It's what we said as well. They didn't seem to adapt very well when they played against Gohard at 5-0. It was the perfect example of a team that, relies very much on being able to recognize the enemy tactics, adapt to it, and they didn't have that, and it comes to show. But now they've had a week pretty much to prepare for it. They should be much more prepared. And looking at these maps here that are coming out, 3 out of the 4 are very mouse-centric.
Now, here's the thing again. Utopia, again, on Runeberg, and they'd only played it once previously, and they got beat both times in it last week.
Perhaps have adapted now, have trained more, have been able to... It's not arguably such a bad thing for them to start playing Runeberg, because at the LAN finals they might have to play it if they make it there anyways, or in the online stage. I mean, it is good to start practicing it, because they know they're not going to drop out of that top 6 anymore. So what is the perfect practice time? Against arguably the best team in the league. So
yep. And Steps, well, no surprise seeing that being a Ding pick, because they have a very strong record on it. And, well, to be honest, Utopia have quite a rubbish record on it.
Yeah, Ding have, throughout the seasons, had a good Steps record. So there is that. It's going to be very good for them, a good map for them. Interesting to see is the mouses here, how they're going to work out, because they're going to see a lot of them.
Yeah.
Even on Steps, you might see them. We saw Kazna Crew use the mouse very, very well, because arguably on the mouse, you don't need to use a V-stab. If you are playing the mouse V-stab, it is not needed, because the reticle bloom when rotating the turret is not big at all.
So
it stays very small. It's a very good time to snapshot with. Has good aiming time as well. So either you drop the V-stab for Spall Liner, which in this kind of competitive play, you don't need a Spall Liner. That's more for randoms. But you can drop it for optics, and you get a pretty nice view range, especially with all the crew skills that the players have available to them. It goes up to 512 meters.
Yeah, it was very nicely used by, I believe, Highbond Steps last weekend. Very nicely done. Now let's have a look at the lineups here going into the first round, which is going to be on Himmelsdorf. Utopia are going to be defending, Ding are going to be attacking, and Daki, like you said, it's very heavy setup from both teams.
Yeah, 7 mouses coming out here. Utopia reinforcing it with a Kranwagen IS-4 and a Borstig that can be using the big gun or the small gun. It's up to him. Big gun has the advantage of heat. And Ding, again, also super heavy.
Okay, so very interesting. Let's see who's going to get this one. Is it going to be Utopia or Ding on the first round? We're going to Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf, a small city map. The teams start the battle in opposite corners. Both bases are located close to each other, but in a way that you can't stay on the defensive all the time. The main attack routes pass through the hill, the alley and the railroad, but in general, the attack can be successfully executed through any part of the map. Heavy tanks and tank destroyers with powerful guns run the show here. However, a lot depends on the mobile light tanks.
And here we see Utopia on the red side defending, Ding on the blue side attacking. In the Utopia lineup, you see a player that is League 216. That's actually Shapanik playing his first game for Utopia this season.
Yeah, Shapanik is going to be playing for them. No Muka. I heard some tears drop the floor after that one, because Ryan might have him in his fantasy team. Obviously, we have a lot of time here to talk about it, about the things that can happen. Ding is also super heavy, which is a good thing. The Type 4, arguably why you don't pick a Type 5 is because you can put a tier 10 there, you can put a mouse, you can put something else. The Type 4 has the same derp.
I was going to say, did they have the same gun?
They have the same derp, I believe so at least. And the good thing is about it, yes, you're not going to penetrate anything because of 75mm penetration, which arguably can only penetrate medium tanks such as Leopard or light tanks or Batshot on the side or the front even. But, you know, he can trade blow for blow with a heavy tank because, you know, he gives you 500, you give him 500 back with the derp, and you pull back around the corner. We also see that it was very good for Oops digging out that A6, A7 position for the where the IS-4 was, but we can see Szczepanik's a little bit posted up further. We don't usually see that A7, A8 position coming out.
Now, could this be a big factor in Utopia's play? Because you have to ask, I mean, how many, you know, rehearsals, how many practices has he always attended? He's been on the bench the entire season, has never been rotated in once.
Well, you know, some bench players actually train a lot with the team for players that are not available, so they're versatile in that regard. It could be like, you know, one day one player is not available here, the next day somebody else is not available, so you might have gotten a decent amount of practice time at least.
Just thinking as well, Daki, normally the usual player that's rotated out is Maraka, so I guess he's not available either, because it would be strange to put in Szczepanik over Maraka.
Yeah, those are the things we are not always aware of or sure about. The good thing about this, the Borsig has the small gun, I think it's the 12.8. That is very good accuracy, penetration. I mean, that can actually shred through the mouse if he gets the correct angle. So he could be doing a ton towards this push of Ding because it is going to come over the rails.
Ding making a push here down towards the base on the left-hand side here. You can see the overview, nice and easy there, going towards base 1. And Utopia are grouped up top of the map, Daki. They don't really seem prepared for this at all.
I don't think they are, you know, they anticipate maybe a 1-2 line push, but they have the defense there ready. I mean, they have Papa Pavian, Dynamo, but nice connection there on towards the side.
Nice connection there onto the mouse. Dynamo taking the first damage here in the game. Now, just thinking, Daki, this is similar to what Oops did in a way that they pushed the 1-2 line, made it look like they're going for that base, then actually swept in on the other base, but the lineup for Ding doesn't really lend to that tactic here, does it?
No, and the biggest surprise here from the lineup from Ding, actually, in my opinion, is the fact that Meritorious is playing the Type 4 Heavy and Kuritz is playing the AMX 50B. Kuritz, usually our tier 8/tier 9 player, now on the tier 10s.
Oh, can you get this shot? That's a nice one if you can get it, Breakneck.
Yes,
he does. 4-5-5 there from Breakneck. Very nicely done.
Seems they're very aware of that position, might be used, and Breakneck is going to be able to chip away the entire game probably on towards Dynamo.
Top there would be a nice one. Actually can get side. Nope. But there's damage going on to Vilki there in the middle. Daki, there's another player actually playing in the lineup who's not normally in the Utopia lineup here, Vilki. So looks like Utopia are actually really struggling to have a full normal team here.
Yeah, Rulezik is there. Who's missing?
Muka and Maraka would be the normal two other players there.
Shuku is also missing, but Meritorious is going to make a shield on the cap. Very surprised that he's doing that and not Kuritz. Mary positioning a little bit more forward than the tier 10. The T10 will be pretty hold down behind him.
Be actually impossible to get the shots off there. Now, Utopia's starting to come back to be able to get the reset. Dynamo doesn't need to have any shots. Meritorious is taking a heck of a lot of damage here, but well, he's the blocker. He's meant to take damage. Hulknick can just sit happily behind him, capping away here, and Utopia are going to have to drive into the guns of Ding. But look at this, Daki. Look at Kurit's positioning here, ready to catch someone driving over.
They should do a full clip on the side here together with Breakneck from the top. This is an ideal situation from Ding because everywhere Utopia go, they will lose HP.
And there's Kurit's actually getting the shots out already. Powin finally gets the kill on Meritorious, but well, he has to get past the armor to get a shot into Hulknick as the cap still goes on. We're down to 1 minute and 10 seconds. Now, the rest of Utopia is scared to go past this area because you have Breakneck up here on the hill, and then you have Kurit's down below him, Daki.
And Breakneck, another nice connection, and he'll get more and more. I honestly don't think Utopia has a single chance in this round. With the cap going on, they will have to push in, and they're just going to keep taking damage all over the place.
Breakneck on an absolute damage farm up here as he's looking for more shots to get into the side armor here of the Utopia tanks as they move forward. But just look at the damage done here for Utopia. They've barely got any return fire here. Kuritz gets a kill now on Biku. We can see Szczepanik actually being the next one just about to fall. He's on 145 health. Wilkie's taking damage. Rulizek's taking damage. And Ding are in complete control here, Daki.
Yeah, I don't think Utopia was expecting the Type 4 block, and it came out from Ding. And then, yes, Mouse is a greatly armored tank, but from the sides it's still cheese, you know, for these high caliber guns that are just shredding through it. You could see how much damage they were taking from Breakneck, from Kuritz, and that's really good play here from Ding. They seem to realize the setup from Utopia pretty well once they took that rail control and realized that Meritorious can go on the cap. Might even be their strategy from the beginning, but you know, they could even fall back towards the other base if they felt like that, and it's just cleanup at this point.
Greet's picking up his second cow now as he gets the drop on Papa Powin. Shockey's here trading with Vilke and Rulazek opposite him. Now, Alien's going to move up now as well into cap circle, start forcing out some play from Utopia. And, well, this looks like definitely round one here to Ding, and very nicely done.
Extremely well done by them. I mean, Colossoid here has to shoot at the T10 turret. It's not that easy. He's taking damage. He's losing his teammates. They've only lost Meritorious. And look at the HP lost on the Ding side. Pretty much none whatsoever.
That is absolutely crazy. Finishing this round potentially with over 11,000 HP on the board, possibly even over 12,000 depending how this end to the battle goes. Colossoid now down to one shot, Dynamo down to one shot, Rulazek down to one shot. They're the only players left here, Utopia. This is comfortably Ding on round one, and Utopia, well, looks like they're going to really regret not having a full-strength team here. This could really work against them in the last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps trying out some players, maybe. I'm not sure what's going on there, but Ding's strategy very, very on point. We could see the result of what happened. They were defending very back at the railway station, saying, okay, if they come onto the cap, we can reset them, not counting in the Type 4 block that was coming from Ding. And when that T10 got behind the wreck, there is no map control for Utopia to be found because they have those slow tanks which cannot take any part of the map. Those Mouses, IS-4, even the Kranwagen is not. Yes, it has a nice top speed, but it takes a long time to get there. So that was not that great for them, and they were forced into the crossfire of Ding, and then that's pretty much it. We very rarely see a team win with 10k HP left on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, another thing that I found quite interesting was that Breakneck was doing all his sniping in the 113. So a tank not exactly known for its long-range accuracy, but what he had to shoot at was so big that he's never going to miss those shots.
Yeah, he has those nice heat shots though that came in time and time again.
Yeah, but I mean the one through the window and the 113, that was, you know.
Yeah, he was lucky he went through the window and not to the wall.
Well done, well done. I wanted to follow up with the next line of the song, and I can't do that because it's really not PG. So yeah, Ding taking this round 1-0. Do you think this could? I mean, I'll be honest. Seeing that Utopia don't have their full strength lineup, I'm thinking this looks like potentially 5-1, 5-0 territory.
I wouldn't go that far yet. I mean, it's the first round here between these two, and arguably as well the fact that it is the Himmelsdorf now. It has changed a lot. I'd say the attacker has the advantage because they can afford to pick a much slower setup and get away with it than the defender. We saw what happened here, and you know, honestly I think the attacker will have starting to get the advantage because as the defender, you kind of still need to have some map control, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Top 6 players all coming in there from Ding. I mean, they were control for the entire match there. Breakneck actually managing to do 4,200 from that elevated area. Positive doing 3.9, pretty much 4k. Hulkneck doing 2.7. Kuritz 2.6. Yeah, so much HP on the board.
Kuritz well done from his position as well. But Breakneck, yes, 4.3. Previous times we would be freaking out over that amount of damage, but now it's like,
well,
it's nice.
Okay.
It's nice.
It's not 5.
it's good, but we've already seen over 7k in the Russian league.
That's insane.
So, you know, the great performances now are like 5 to 7k. Good performances to great performances 4 to 5k, I'd say. And in this kind of match, anything around 2k above is like normal performance.
Okay, yeah, interesting. I mean, with a lot of HP on the board, as teams can do a lot
Somebody
of damage.
has to do the damage.
Yeah, someone has to do a lot of damage for it. And we've seen, I believe it was Milosh one round doing an absolute truck ton of damage on Ghost Town.
Yeah,
Next
if he didn't bounce,
gets eliminated.
If he didn't bounce, you know, Meritorious underplayed like 5 or 6 times.
Four shots into
I just loved how he went like, guys, did you know that the mouse has like 250 millimeters on the bottom side? Yes,
we're
Milosh,
like,
we
yeah,
did.
Milosh, we're all watching. Everyone saw your shots. We wanted to make a specific point about it. Now, going into round 2, teams are obviously going to swap ends. Now we're going to see Ding on the defense, Utopia on the attack.
Mouse bet?
8. 8. I'm not shaking hands, and I already said last week I'm not going to do any bow tie bets this weekend. If there is any bow tie bets, it needs to come. First match, you and Mojo. Need to make a bet. And we need to try and get Mojo to wear a bow tie.
No, Mojo is not going to make the bet. You know, he's afraid of losing.
True.
The fear. He's like okay with taking a bet against Ryan because, you know, arguably Ryan is not going to make the most.
Here's the thing: if we can get a close-up camera of me for just a second, because I know Mojo's at home watching this. Mojo, did you remember to make your fantasy team pick? Because when me and Daki checked, you hadn't done it yet, mate. Just want to tell you that now that they're locked in, Mojo.
I sent him a message.
Did
though.
you?
I don't know if he did it because he didn't respond.
Didn't respond. He probably did.
Probably taking a nap.
Probably asleep. That's a fair point. Yeah. Now Daki's the lineup spot round 2, and we have 7 once again. But there's a newbie here in the lineup. It's a pretender.
This VK.
It's the Fat Tiger.
How do we call it? VK 100.
I think just the VK, because we're never going to get another VK used.
Maybe
The baby mouse.
Let's just call it the VK 100.
A baby mouse or Fat Tiger?
That's not nice towards tigers.
Oh, that's a baby mouse then.
It's not. It's not the
mouse
tier
is
9 though.
the mouse is
It's
less
the tier
talked
8.
about distant cousin.
That is a very long name.
It is the tier 9, is it not?
No, it's the tier 8.
What's the tier 9 then before the mouse?
Tier 9 is the Mauschen.
Mauschen. Ah, yeah, wunderbar.
This is the tier 8. This is a very big tank. It can be used possibly to make a shield for the IS-4 somewhere, because yes, it has a good gun, but armor-wise against these tier 10s is going to struggle. In tier 8 games, it's a monster, because a lot of tier 8s will struggle to pen you anywhere.
Yeah.
But in these kind of matches, I think he's going to be used as a shield for somebody.
Yep, it's got that middle placed turret, so it can get used to block areas to the cap circle and stuff. Now Utopia, once again, red side, they're attacking now, and Ding are on the blue side defending. Looking at the viewpoint here of Utopia as they start their march slowly across the battlefield. And look at this Daki actually, Ding were already taking, well you can't see it now, but Ding were taking some blind shots already down the bottom of the rails.
I think they're just destroying some
Yeah.
some fences. Want to see where this VK ends. Obviously, Utopia have the Type 4s. They can shield somewhere as well if they want to.
Now we were actually saying it can get used for blocking on caps and stuff like this, but I just realised it's on the defensive team, not the attacking team.
Yes, but you can still block something as defender.
Okay.
You can block his side, like he can shield Meritorious' side or his front, wherever he... We've seen it in past formats as well, where the Japanese tanks were used to shield the side of the IS-4. I think it was the Oni. Penta used to do that to shield. Koreans can also block off a part of the cap circle. You can go sit in A7, and that will block off that part of the cap as well.
Now, the interesting thing for me here is that Meritorious is an IS-4, and is he going to go back to his, well, his personalised space here on Himmelsdorf at A5, or A6, sorry, where he just normally always dies?
What a surprise. They are using him indeed as his shield on A7. Meritorious will be able to control the hill from there. And I think he can also... He's now watching the 5 line, so they don't need to spot it in A5. He can, this is good for him, because the cap is really blocked off as well.
Stops anyone doing any cap cheese as
yes,
well.
Yes, but it
area.
also gives him a shield. If they push the 7-8 line, he can just sit behind Koritz and not get splashed to that like we saw Oops do, I think, against the Suba. So that won't work out for them.
This is good. It's innovation from Ding, which is something we haven't seen from Ding for a very long time. They were always using stale tactics or old tactics, but I wouldn't... Oh, okay, stale's perhaps the wrong way to use it, but they're using old tactics and just relying on doing those tactics perfectly. And after a while, that kind of worked against them as teams are able to get a read on what they were doing.
They still made it work, though, most of the time. So when it mattered, it worked. I wouldn't be surprised if they start falling into standard tactics here as well. You can see Shokesh with the binoculars is going to spot out Bihu. Obviously, a TD with binoculars, very good view range. Not going to put an exact number onto it because,
Because you know what chat's like.
Yes, exactly. Let's just say it's a lot.
Hey, chat. Now, if you are Utopia, Daki, what's your plan here? What's your tactics? How are you going to break down Ding?
I think they might try something similar. We're getting the Type 4 onto the cap, because if they can do this, then, if the Type 4 gets onto the cap at one point, they can do something similar to what was used against them. That's some HE there from Colostoid onto Hulk, Nick. But yeah, if the Type 4 can get onto the cap at one point, you can put a bad shot behind him. Bad shot is very low. He won't get splashed. That will work out. The issue is going to be, can the Type 4 make it to the cap, because the E3 will get 2 shots on towards him before he gets there. That's 1,500 alpha. And then, there's a Alien there as well. There's positive there. So the issue will be getting that tank on the cap.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard break for here. I mean, the top cap, base 2, is very well defended. Base 1, they have a bit of a run-in to get to it, but base 2 is going to be a hell of a fight trying to get over into that area. I would not like to try and work out how to do that, as we see Dynamo actually pushing up here on the 1 line, trying to get a bit of movement towards the base, a bit of vision. Hognick is spotted in that area, and this is Shapanik here just taking pot shots into Positive's mouse.
If he can hit the front of the turret, if he can hit that frontal turret, he probably will go through. He has to just be careful because he has heat ammunition loaded. He has only 10 shots remaining of it, so he doesn't want to waste his clip at this point because
Positive's teasing him.
the thing is, at this point, when you have 10 shots in a bad shot in this situation of the game, you use one heat shot. Okay, you got to reload. Then you have 5. And then you cannot reload another heat clip unless you want to play with 4 shots. So he has to make sure if he uses this clip, he uses it wisely.
A slow-paced round so far, Daki. It looks like Papa Powan's going to go for a block to let Bihu come alongside of him. This could be dangerous if they track Papa Powan. He's going to get stuck there. Defensive fire coming out from the tanks of Utopia.
I'm not sure he's going to make it. He's going to take one more, and then Shockish and Elian might be enough to kill him.
Moving up into the area. He has got a cross, but he's taking a truck down damage. He dies on the cap circle. Bihu can get behind him. It looks like he has a safe angle there, Daki.
It's not ideal, I think, for what they wanted to do, but it will work for now. The thing is, though, if Elian can get into that B1, C1 position at the barrels where he can push towards where we saw Colossoid died in the last round, then he will be able to get those resets with Splash. So I don't think they wanted to get the wreck just there. I think they wanted to get him further.
And here's the thing, Breakneck's just moved up and he's not spotted in doing so, so he knows that nobody has any coverage fire from the other side of the map. The only person that could be doing that was the Batcha, which they know where Shepanik is.
Just want to see now, because Utopia is down a lot of HP and they're not trading so great either. Elian is here in that position. He will push towards the barrels at one point. I think Utopia needs to do more than this because I don't think it's going to be enough, because Elian is now going to start making his approach while Break and Meritorious push down the 3-line, and Utopia need to do a ton of damage right here.
Break and Meritorious moving up now to get crossfire shots onto Bihu as Elian moves up as well, distracting fire so that Utopia have multiple targets to shoot at the moment. Now, Positive and Breakneck have taken a bit of damage. Hulkneck actually got a broken engine there, fixed it immediately. But now look at this, 3 tanks coming round. They're going to have angles into Bihu, but Breakneck actually taking quite a lot of damage here for this, Daki.
Yeah, he does, and Biku's now shooting as well because he knows he should get reset at one point. Somebody will reset him. He actually went off the cap, and now Utopia needs to win the fight. They've done the damage on the crossing. Now they need to be able to close it.
And Biku getting 2 shots out. Now Breakneck has shots onto the rear of him. Hulkneck's just going to bully him out of that position. Now Colozoid could get a shot into one of these 3 tanks in the middle here, as Vilki and Dynamo are trying to get shots into Hulkneck here on the cap circle. Biku has one more shot, but now he's dead because the 3 tanks have an angle on him. They're just going to pummel shots into him. He goes down. It's actually Hulkneck picking up the kill, but look at this. Shepanik then gets the kill on Meritorious. Karitz is taking a lot of damage in the middle, Daki. And while Utopia are still in this, they're actually ahead here. Oh, not actually. That's roughly neck and neck for hit points, but I mean, Ding have the extra gun right now.
And just all the pressure here is on Shepanik right now. He needs to make great use of his clips. I don't think he should be going for Kuriz here. He trades already a shot there. I think he should be flanking around, perhaps going down the 8-line or such, because driving into Kuriz will be covered by Positive at all times.
Dynamo getting the kill on Hulkneck, who was left out on the 1-2 line on his own, but Elian and Shockish are pushing up the rails as well, and Vilki and Dynamo are giving them a hell of a fight. Kreese takes another bit of damage here, as does Rulizek taking a bit of damage. And this fight in the courtyard, Daki, is going in Utopia's favour. They just need to hold these guys off and then try and focus on the guys coming down the rails, because once they get into the fight, this could be very different. Yeah,
Utopia is winning the fight so far. Elian and Shockish really need to make their their tanks count. Shockish, that's the big bounce.
Huge bounce there. Huge mistake potentially there by Shockish, as these 2 tanks can now actually take the advantage. Can they both get their shots into Shockish? Wheelkey, how much damage can you do here? Elian's going to get a shot into him. Shockish might get a shot into him. They might actually have enough to kill him here, Daki. They do. So now it's down to Dynamo now, shooting into Shockish. Elian and Shockish should be able to finish him off as well, and they're going to win this fight here on the rails, Daki. But in the meantime, Shepanik is clearing up in the courtyard. Positive is weathering shots like a beast, but this is definitely still not over. It's going to be right down to the wire between this team here.
Yeah, like I said, the bad shot of Shepanik is the difference maker here. I think that was a non-connection, but he has one more. He needs to clean up Positive here. He does, and this should bring the fight back towards the favor of Utopia, because Dynamo and Rulezi can just hold here. Shepanik can just make the flanks and shoot him in the side. He doesn't have enough time to cap by himself anymore, but all he has to do is come in and clean up both these tanks. He has the HP for it. He just needs one of his teammates to tank a shot for him.
Dynamo and Elian trading a shot there. Dynamo actually came worse off for that. Didn't connect the first one, feeling connected the second one. They were looking at the viewpoint of Rulezek, trying to get an angle onto Elian. We can see on the mini-map that Szczepanik is coming back into this fight. Rulizik actually misses his shot and Alien gets one back. Dynamo's now going to try and get a shot into Alien. As Szczepanik's going to run around, he's going to take a shot from the E3 here, run around the side of him. This should be an easy kill for him. Yep, he does. Alien's the only one left to go. How many shots does he have? 2 more. This should be it. Actually, he missed the first one. I only tracked him
He
from
missed
damage.
the second one as well.
Come on, laddie.
They should still have it though. It's okay.
Right.
They should still have
Alien
it.
might get him as he tries. Oh, he's just trying to stop in front of Alien to bait out the shot.
I mean, the Alien could technically win this though. Technically.
Dynamo gets the kill, and there we have it, 1-1. So a great fight there from Utopia, and very nicely done to come back into that round. Really, really, really nicely
Yeah, they
done.
needed to do the damage on the crossing. They did. Papa Pavin's wreck was not in the ideal position for them. They made it work though. Bihu from that cap, the bad shot, did a few shots as well. I think 3, maybe 4 if he was lucky. But yeah, they did the damage when they were crossing, and Shokish and Alien, they were the difference maker. I think if Shokish perhaps does not bounce that shot, the fight would be different. Actually, it would be very different.
Yeah, it would be
rephrase
over
that
much
because
quicker.
Dynamo actually got around the corner. If Shokish gets Dynamo, gets that 750 alpha in towards the mouse, Dynamo would not make it out. So they would kill both that Type 4 and the mouse, and then it would be the bad shot and a one-shot mouse at that point. Rulezik, because he took a shot from Alien. Then, yeah, actually, Ding could have won that if Shokish penetrated a shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, Shokish.
Nice, Shokish. Nice. Nice, Snake. Nice.
Whoa. Whoa.
What?
I didn't say that.
Oh, Shokish.
Let's go to stats.
Stats. Oh, hey, hey, ho, ho. Alien coming in top damage here, but then the next 3 players coming in here for Utopia, with Szczepanik actually coming in second place there, Daki.
A very, very nice performance from Szczepanik. He is on that bad
5
shot.
kills.
Exactly, that's what I'm going to say as well. 4.2k damage on a bad shot, which means he did clip after clip after clip pretty much.
Scary.
Because we saw him do some non-connections as well. So he did a lot of clips. He took 5 kills as well. 5. That is crucial.
Yeah. Look at this, down to 7th place, and damage done 7th place is still 2.9. It's crazy from how things used
It's
to
a nice spread here between both these teams, though. On the first page, a lot of players trying to bring the round back for their teams.
A lot of people coming into this would have favoured Ding because, well, Ding is Ding. They've been really good. But here's the thing. Ding against Utopia, the first time they played each other, Utopia beat Ding 5-3. The second time they played each other, Ding only won in a tiebreaker. So this is probably one of Ding's hardest teams to play against this season by far.
Yeah. Corich there actually doing not that much in the T-rate. I felt like he should have connected at least 1 or 2 shots, especially when the bad shot pushed him. Should have connected 1 massive connection in towards him. Yes, he was going to be used as a block, but yes, he should have got at least 1 shot out.
Yeah, I mean, him, Papa Powen as well, 0 damage. Papa Powen was going in there to block, but I mean, you would expect a bit more from Corich than that.
Yeah.
Mary as well, only 904. I mean, Mary and
It's hard to make an
IS4
IS4.
and Himmelsdorf.
It's
is
hard to
just-
make an IS4 work on this map though, because it's also pretty slow.
Yeah.
Mouse really doesn't struggle with the IS4 whatsoever, so that was a hard tank to play because of the strategy Utopia used. Mouse bent 7.
7, yep. Now I'm interested to see what we're going to get on Runeberg here for lineups, Daki.
Oh.
Wow. Ding going like heavy, but then also really flexible as well.
They have a little bit of both. They can do map control, but they can also do the TV. This is an A-line strat though. This 100% has to be an A-line strat. Both the TVPs trying to kill anybody that's going to cross, which there is nobody from Utopia that's available. 5100 looks like it's going to be flipped, and then an I7 behind it. Honestly, it looks like an A-line strategy to me.
Looks like a base. Yeah.
Utopia,
possibly.
we'll have to see how the Type 5 works against the MX5100. Can he splash through the wreck? He might be able to do. Can he splash above the wreck on the wall and reset? Perhaps, because it is like an RT gun in essence. So he has splash range, and he might actually be able to do it.
Yep, well, let's find out if that's going to happen or not. It's Utopia Ding. It's 1-1 all squared. We're now going to map 2. It's Runeberg.
Runeberg, a mixed type map. The defending team starts the battle on the green, and the attacking team starts at the centre square of the town. Bases are located quite far from each other. Both bases are better controlled from the village when playing a heavy setup. It's better to attack the first base through the top direction with the help of several well-armoured heavy tanks. For the attack on the second base, it's better to use a more mobile setup and either play through the centre or split forces. In general, the map is not easy to play on. Teams often use blind shots and risky shifting of the forces from one flank to another.
Okay, Daki, we have Utopia on the red side are defending, Ding blue side are attacking. And look at this from Ding. Daki is exactly as you predicted. They're making a move up to base number 1, and also looks Daki like Utopia are expecting this, and they're setting out all their tanks over there immediately already, ready to receive it.
Yep, they are. Well, no, they're doing their kind of usual split here. I think they're leaving both WZs in the A7 position where they had them as well against Kaznakru. If you remember, Kaznakru tried to rotate through the A line, got shut down. The TVPs here are just waiting. If anybody would make a crossing, we see it's not going to happen. There's no lights available to Utopia, and their 113, which is the other tank that could risk to do this, is not going for it either.
Nice from Papa Powen here. He's going to push himself all the way up onto this corner and say, anything you try and do, I'm going to derp you straight away before you try it.
So Kuritsa is now going to back off. We're going to see him drive the safe route to take no damage, and then we can see how the MX 5100 gets flipped. For anybody that hasn't seen it yet, it is interesting.
Shockish got spotted and got shot at there. 526. You'd look, it was potentially, where did that come from? Where is he on the map?
Pavian.
Papa Powen would have done it all the way down the road. Yep. Kuritsa is wiggling and a jiggling.
Yeah, you just get somebody to push him at one point.
Bro, come help. Shockish. Can you do it? Nice, Shockish. Nice.
Well done, Shokish. Great play. Top performance. But now they're gonna, once the 5100 gets in position, we'll be able to see how it gets flipped, and then it's gonna be a long round with the 5100 getting pushed onto the cap slowly but surely by
Papa Powen now
the.
taking a lot of damage. Actually, positive has just lost his gunner now, Daki.
It's annoying on the E3. He has probably no medkit available on that one either.
Struggling to flip it.
So somebody, Shokish will help him with flipping.
He's no professional like Yizne.
Yizne needed no help to flip.
Nobody can flip tanks like Yizne flips tanks. Like Gaston. He's like the WGL version of Gaston.
I feel you. Gaston. Oh man, I'm gonna go watch the new one.
I don't know. It seems very strange that you've got and we're talking about Beauty and the Beast here, to go totally off topic, ladies and gentlemen. It seems very strange you have an English accented actress and everything's meant to be like feudal France. And Shockish just failed at flipping Kuritstaki. Nice, Shockish, nice. Okay, he's done it now. Shockish, what are you doing, mate? You just flipped your teammate. This is crazy. Oh, okay. So, Daki, it looks like you've got your crayons ready.
Yeah, so obviously we can see 5100 will get flipped over here. Then they will push him down here to get onto the cap circle over here. What will make this is that these tanks here and these tanks arguably won't have resets available to them. What we have to see if this, the Type 5 can possibly hit this though. If he can reset over here. Other than that, we can just see Ding is just going to hold the angles. They have like E3 here, which is currently invisible, which is all cool. But all they're going to do is make sure that if anybody crosses through this little X over here, they're going to get wrecked for doing so. That's all they have to do, because holding this is very easy, especially because of the slow lineup coming out from Utopia.
What if you push the Type 5 Heavy or the Mouse across and just push it over to where base 1 is?
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Impossible because of the double TVP and the E3 and the mouse.
There's only one TVP there.
Yes, but there's a mouse and there's an E3 as well. So they will provide crossfire. The TVPs will track anybody. If they make it, they'll be low HP. And don't forget, there will be an I-7 on the cap to fight.
Okay. Well, this is very slow. Shockish struggling, actually. He's stuck on the rubble.
You can see live.
Спокойно.
Ну, они с этой стороны вообще не светят. С нашей.
Дай ему противнику.
No, it doesn't have such a big impact.
Ну, по проезду они, короче, ну, рано засветят.
2 секунды у него, когда дольше становится.
Мэри, хоры терять хп, бля.
Так а ты получил?
А, двух вазиков между домами.
Хера ты, блядь. Тимспик врубили.
Ни хрена себе. Здрасте.
Стойся, просто башню доверни.
Надо быстрее.
А я могу быстрее. Мне нужно осторожно.
Давай, да, но у меня только с 13 может быть.
Мы не можем? Не. Не-не.
Ты ничего не можешь, ты стоишь, ничего не делаешь.
После даже, да, шот, если не поедут?
Да, она и без наводчика.
Ну как с 13 только рисуется победа.
Кто КД?
И Вазехи.
Я свечу.
Есть.
Короче, у них прям кто-то агрессивно стоит, светит в кустах вот тут вот. Я хз, кто это может.
Тебя
Ну я
вызовешь,
его
могут
в обход пойду.
выпустить.
Они явно будут там играть.
Вроде нету щели, да? Или есть щель?
С 13 когда
Есть. Есть, надо чуть вперед толкнуть его. Видишь?
Не сись.
Времени вообще очень мало.
Морду толкни мне вперед чуть-чуть. Морду именно.
Да все уже язык.
Может, мне на третьем ближе подкатить сюда, типа?
Ну, главное, что ты еще не умер, блин, и дал шот. Смотри сам. Все, бери базу.
Вообще всего один раз надо забить.
Ну да, я к этому.
Ну, они здесь поедут позже. Ты хочешь
Ну,
сюда
я сюда
приехать?
еду. Да.
They just need one deca, but that's it. Suicide. Full time. We need to push this.
Может сейчас подпушить?
Мик-
Сразу.
Рано.
Ну когда будет процентов 40.
30, да,
They
30-40
just
поедет.
suicide once.
Но у них
Я
два танка выключено.
Давай,
Он
Эллен, с этим едешь
сбил.
сразу.
Он сбил.
Понятно.
У нас неправильно сотка стоит. Не, она жопой не в ту сторону стоит.
Прикольно.
Сейчас я-
Ты не берешь просто.
О, ВЗХ.
Да, она жопой не в ту сторону стоит.
Прикольно, без наводчика.
Вкатывать эти Мауса тоже козу.
Not spotted yet.
Ну, вроде уезжает, да?
Ну Илен нужно ко мне закатить в захват.
Yeah,
Да,
but
закатывай в
Larry-
захват.
Е
Эллен.
третий. Илен к кому?
И 30 дальше не
Смотри.
едь, стой, там тебе цель.
You need to do damage, Ilya, on those guys.
Что такое?
Just kill those guys on the corner. Try to kill the type.
Нихера себе, у него три танка.
Просто подкатывай, бери и блочить их тайпа.
Вкатывайте вот сюда, вот это вот убивайте все.
Ну,
В доме
пульки.
семерки.
Меня
Из
сбить
круга
могут.
не выезжайте, из круга не
Меня
Okay,
выезжайте.
focus now.
Yeah, shield me from those guys.
Now it's okay.
И тоже здесь захват, пользуй, здесь захват.
Да из круга стреляйте по ним и все.
Все заедете в круг.
Рулезика, блядь,
Тайпа
закройте.
убейте.
Бейте нахуй.
Заберу железо. А, не пробил.
Ну, с 13 у меня.
ВЗХ убивайте. ВЗХ добейте.
Катке.
ВЗ добейте, ВЗ добейте, ВЗ.
ВЗ. Кто?
Тайпа убей, тайп сейчас собьет. Сейчас тайп собьет. Убейте тайпа.
Алло?
Тайпа.
Я КД.
Он
Ты на шотиче не мог сбить, что ли? Не убить? Ой, сложно.
Маус.
And they almost had it, Daki. Almost had it, but just not good enough, unfortunately.
Almost. Arguably, Utopia was in control the entire time when they saw Ding put even more tanks on the cap. They were like, well, let's push in. We have 6,000 more HP. We can afford to trade some. Let's put it like that. And they did exactly that.
Cheeky little Shapanik running in there, getting the reset, surviving till the very end on 21 health. He just ran through the entire team, ran round the back, got the reset, and then just carried on behind the building.
Yeah, we argued that the strategy was not going to work because of the Type 5. I think it didn't work because of the Type 5, exactly that.
I think also it's debatable about how much wreckage you actually have. I mean, I think the tracks you can still shoot through, and we saw
Tracks
actually
don't count when they're destroyed, only armor
Shockish at one
counts.
point actually took a penetration that you spotted as well.
I think it was a penetration at one point from the mouse, 571. When a shot goes into the track from Type 5, I don't think it's going to do 571. So there was that. The strategy from Ding don't think it works that well against these big derp guns, which are pretty much artillery pieces.
Yeah. And also it's very readable as well. Like from the very
If they
start,
if they could
Utopia
flip
started to
like a
defend it.
really big tank, like the tier 8 one, the tier 8
Yeah.
the tier 8 VK, the also A I think even, or the VK they used on Himmelsdorf, if they could flip that and get that onto the cap, then I think that would possibly have enough armor plates. It's
Even just as it is, just on its side, it would without having to flip it. It's a tall tank, middle turret as well.
it's not big enough, I think.
Excuse me. Let's have a look at the damage there, Dake, and see where it all came from. There was a lot of damage to go across the board. Positive, actually, was the one highest in the E3, but then Vilke in the WZ, 3.8 right behind him.
Yeah, Positive did what he could in that E3, but you know, I think the rest of his teammates are going to be far, far, far below on that second page. You could hear Kuritz there questioning how Mary lost so much HP in the beginning in a nice fashion.
It's a big difference there from the top two to then the next one. It's a good 1,000 damage going from Vilke down to Breakneck. Vilke being one of the newer players coming in here who's barely played for Utopia all season. It looks, Daki, more than likely that Utopia are actually deliberately rotating players here.
Yeah, perhaps testing or perhaps letting them players play a little bit because their rankings can't be much affected anyways. Then they can still end 6th. I think Oops can still...
Oh, they're safe. Utopia are definitely safe because Gunrunners are on 11th and Utopia are on 19th. So Gunners can only get a maximum of 7 points, and that means Gunners would have to beat Gohard and Ding, which is, to be honest,
not gonna
happen.
Yeah, like we said, Hooknik, Shock is there, not doing that well. Yeah, this strategy against Japanese tanks, I think you can
throw that one in the bin. Yep, it's done and dusted. Now it's going to be round 2, so now Utopia are going to go on the attack. Ding are going to go into defense, and let's see what Utopia have in the bag, Daki. See if they have anything special here for Ding, or is it going to be fairly standard tactics? And well, Utopia, actually, Daki, this might be something special. This might be an AMX box.
They won't make an AMX box. It doesn't work. Tanks are pushable. No matter how many of them, they are pushable. Light, if you make a choo-choo train of 6 tanks and push 1 wreckage, that wreckage will move.
Okay.
It just works like that. It's not possible to make a box and make it effective enough to be unpushable, I think. Very much unlikely. But they might do an A-line cap as well. I mean,
just block.
The potential is there for them to drive one of the mouses onto the cap, put an AMX 1390 behind it, and shield him that way, trying to do the damage with the other 5 mouses. But they can also push towards the city and fight. The little city, though, is not going to be such a great fight for them unless they can get an isolation on the tanks from Ding, because of the fact that Ding will be able to take the 0 line. They have that T49, they have that bad shot. So I think this is going to be another, not maybe A-line cap, but it's going to be a cap on the number 1 base with a mouse shielding a 1390. If it's on the C5 corner or on the A4 corner, well, that's, I think, the only thing we have to find out.
Well, let's find out. All the tanks from Utopia are turning up to go north here, Daki. Utopia red side attacking, Ding blue side defending. And, well, the Utopia lineup unchanged from previous lineups as well. So, again, we still have Shapanik here and we still have Vilke playing in the lineup.
Yeah. It's going to take a while before they get on towards the cap, like we explained in the last round already. Mouse will get on their shield and then they're going to try and cover, or are they going to push with 6 mouses onto the cap? I don't know. It's I'd be very, very intrigued if they push 6 mouses onto the cap. I somehow do not believe it because Bihu is back, so there could be 5 mouses on the cap at best.
It will be interesting. March of the Mouse here.
Oh, Kurit, he's dead, I think. No?
Kurit, well, 1 hit, 1 miss. He gets across into that area.
He should have died for that.
Should have died. Kurit should have died for our crossings.
He shouldn't drive like that either.
Yeah. Look at this already, actually. Papa Powin taking 570 there in the face. So that wasn't from Shockish, but it was whoever was beside Shockish.
It could be from Shockish as well. 570 is a low roll for the gun.
Wow, okay.
I think it's just within range as well, 570. I don't know what's the bottom line for the E4. I think 570 is still possible.
I think they're going to use Papa Powin taking a pummeling here as he's driving forward. He's onto half health.
I think he's going to be the block. He's going to probably be the block.
He's going to be the main block. And is it going to be a full box in or just a double box in?
Papa Powin is going to block a mouse and 2. He's going to block for the 2 mouses and the 1390.
Okay, so this is, they have to be careful because they can damage Shapanik here in the AMX 1390. It looks like they want to do some kind of 3-man block. Karit's coming in there. 110 damage. Then Vilki's taking a lot of damage here as well. He's got a broken engine. He's got a dead gunner as well, Daki. Let's actually listen into now the team speak of Utopia and see how they're going to seal this one.
Я могу его целить?
4-9 когда?
Била 4-9.
Как?
Блядь, пиздец.
Катаешь?
Он да, мне видишь.
Бэшка проезжать уже, что он там делает?
А ten bas z nie może zabić ty też.
Посмотри на 4-9.
Закрыть. Бат раз. Бат минус 2. Бат минус 3. Бат минус 4. Бат минус 5. Бат КД. Он даже не будет выезжать сейчас. Он не будет выезжать сейчас вообще.
Позитив едет. 49.
Просто ни хера не делаешь, стоит.
Дупа.
Ничего не получилось у нас. Серьезно?
Jakoś nie wiem, z tymi małsami to dziwnie wyszło. I to też...
Well, Daki, much like Ding's cap tactic here, this didn't work either.
I'd say this one was even worse, arguably.
At least the other one lasted a bit longer. And
Yeah.
even taking a single tank down here for Ding.
I'm not sure what to say about this one. This was not good.
Nicht gut.
In their motors were kaput.
Motor kaputten. Bichu, only player left on his team as he's taking shots from everywhere here. On Breakneck actually has to swing all the way. He's on a reload so he can't shoot because he's got a broken turret. Meritorious picking up the final kill, and there we have it, Daki. 2-2. 2 maps down, and this is kind of what we were expecting from these teams, to be honest. You said beforehand we expect high chance of 2 tiebreakers here for the 2 matches this evening.
Yeah, I thought it's going to be close ones, and it is. At least the rounds are semi-quick, but yeah, that A-line, that's not an A-line cap. It's just a cap strategy.
It's not even
on
a
the
cap rush.
It's the thing about the mouse. Like when the mouse is side scraping and he's able to hide the front face of his turret, like the frontal armor away, then the mouse becomes effective. Now, if the mouse is not being able to hide that front face, he can still get penetrated. Even if it's on an angle, yes, they will struggle with it. Yes, not everything will go through, but as long as they can see the front turret and hit it, the shots are going to go through. And we could see that happened exactly to Vielki. He just got wrecked pretty much in his mouse, and sacrificing a tier 10 for a cap strategy, unless you trade really well in the fight, you're not going to win it because you lose a full tier 10 for that. You have an AMX 3090, which is not going to do anything against the tanks from Ding. So yeah, and Shokish.
Nice, Shokish.
Nice, Shokish. Nice.
Almost 6k damage there from 9 shots, Daki. That's quite a beast of damage there.
D4 is a really good tank for against mouses. We will see it more and more being used because armor-wise, not that great. I mean, the turret is not as strong as the E3. The hull is not that strong either. The thing that it has is speed.
It's got the
over
speed
the
and
E3.
it's got the turret
We're
rotation,
comparing
yeah.
it over the E3, of course. Like, it doesn't have the armor of the E3, but it has a really good gun, and it has the fact that it has the good penetration and a rotatable turret.
Yeah. Breakneck, really great damage as well. 4k damage. Then Alien, 3k. Positive 2.5 from the 113 and picking up 2 kills as well. Biku doing top damage for his team there. Papawin, yeah, not so great. Then Shupanik, well, I mean, he was in the AMX 3090. He at least got a couple of shots off there.
Yeah.
Good for anyone in his fantasy team. I'll be amazed if anyone had him in his fantasy team. I think the only potential people that have him in the fantasy team is the Utopia players who knew that he was going to play, or him himself. It'd be even more amazing if he didn't put himself in his own fantasy team.
Well, I have Colossoid. And
I can't remember who
Biku.
I have. I have Biku, Colozoid, and I think Muka was the third one.
I have Colossoid and I have Biku, that's it. And
House,
Muka has
can't
played
remember.
so much yet today.
I'm going to backhand you live on stream, Daki.
Try me.
Then I'll maybe give you the forehand as well. I'll give you an Archie slap.
Try me. See how long you'll be casting for.
Just one weekend's all I need right now. Pacing myself. I'm pacing myself. Right, so now we're going to go into Ghost Town, Daki. Another heavy-centric map. Another city map, another brawl map.
7 mouse.
7 mouse again. You're just going to go 7 mouse every time?
7 mouse.
I'm going to gamble and say 8 once again. Let's have a look and see who's going to be right. We're not going to handshake bet on it, don't worry. 7 again. So is it just, I mean, okay. Daki, you've stolen Mojo's crystal ball.
Both of them. He has 2. He has 1 for home and 1 for the office.
Okay, okay, sorry, I was getting mixed up about, yeah. I'm always surprised by Mojo and his crystal balls, Daki, to be honest.
Right.
You never can quite predict when they're going to turn up, you know?
But yeah, 7 miles here. Utopia on the attack. We kind of know what's going to happen. Same for Ding.
Yep, they're going to go and they're going to fight. So let's find out who's going to fight and who's going to win. It's round 1 here. Map 3 is Ghost Town.
Ghost Town. The first absolutely symmetrical map, made especially for 7 versus 7 games. The teams start the battle on opposite sides. There are numerous ways to attack here. One of the bases is located in the central square, the other one at the top of the city. The hardest battles are usually fought for the top base, and this calls for the use of heavy tanks. Sometimes the teams choose fast tanks for spotting and base capturing.
And here we go on Ghost Town now. Utopia, red side attacking, Ding, blue side defending. Have the Facebook links at the top. Drop by, give them a hello. Don't troll the other teams, please. Be nice.
We know what's going to happen here pretty much for Utopia. They can put the double WZ onto the cap if they want to, or they can go middle. They have chosen more of a northern approach, it seems like, but we have seen them play against Kazna Crew and push very heavily through that D line. They might be going for that all over again. Last time they did it, they had 5 mouses and 2 WZs, if I'm not wrong. This time they've chosen 1 more mobile tank, and it seems like they're at least in the beginning posturing up for a similar strategy for what they did against Kazna Crew. Wouldn't be surprised if these mouses and the 113 at one point push straight through the D line, and the question will be here for Ding. Can the single shooters make their shots count, and can the T-57 make its shots count?
WZs pull out at completely the wrong time as Alien, Mertorius and Shockish are ready to push back into him, but they do get 2 shots into Mertorius before they back off here. They've only taken 1 shot, 2 shots in return for that Daki, and that was actually a fair trade, but Shockish and these 3 Mows are going to go right down their throats here.
This is really good counterplay from Ding, but I think it's a little bit too slow. They wanted to catch the WZs off guard, but they have paid very heavily for it because Utopia was running the same strategy, but Utopia could still rotate around and come back towards the WZs and help him out.
Shupanik's taking a lot of damage here on Utopia, but Ding has actually put a lot of damage onto Mertorius, which is not good. He's one of the blockers. He's there to absorb shots, but look at this. Breakneck's getting pushed back on the other side, Daki. Biku and his mouse for Utopia is taking half damage now as well, and these teams have a bit of a pause at the moment, but it looks like they're going to go right back at it. Yeah,
Breakneck already getting the first kill here. He's going to have to get out of there, though. Great rotational. He gets struck, and I don't think he has another repair kit, so he could be going down here for Ding.
Papa Powan got the shot and team's going to get 1 more. No, it's actually Kolozoid that comes round and gets the kill as Vilki takes a lot of damage driving round there as well. So tank for tank now, and Utopia actually has a slight HP advantage over Ding at the moment.
Yeah, Utopia needs to group up and counter push because Hulknik from behind and that T-57 is going to make them pay because Biku, look how low he is.
Hulknik in a T-57 Heavy is able to pick up Biku in his mouse, but now it looks like Ding are going to push all the way through here. They're going to try and get shots on Dynamo and Rulizek, but I mean, Daki, this is a massive brawl at the moment.
Yeah, but I think Ding is coming by far ahead of it because they're finding the isolations all over them. And Papa Pavin and Vilki are not in the fight right now, and Hulknik is about to come off reload again.
Hulknik's going to get 4 shots out here. 1 more into Rulizek will kill him. Actually turns the turret. No, he's going for the hull. Daki here actually he's going to go for a turret now. So Shockish getting the kill there on Rulizek. Positive continue to brawl with all these other mouses of Utopia. And this looks like it's going to be Dings. They have the HP advantage here. They have the armor advantage. And now they have the gun advantage as well.
Yeah, this is Ding all the way. They've read Utopia's strategy pretty well. And now Positive. Shockish actually shielding, not working out. And now Ding just has to close out these final kills.
Papa Powan coming around to try and get a shot here into Shockish. His Dynamo's actually blocking his teammate from able to do damage. And Hulknik again off reload here is going to clip out T-57 Heavy. I think that's going to be our top damage dealer here. Daki's got off at least 3 clips here into the tanks of Utopia. Papa Powan now the only player left for his team as Alien and Kreitz now are on cleanup duty.
It's the thing what saved Kasna Crew last time as well when Utopia played against this. They established Crossfire in the 57 from Nexus, was able to do a lot. And again, this was the question, this was the thing. Ding, their autoloader, Hulknik in this case, in the T57 with that heat ammunition, with that DPM, needs to do the damage. I think he did, we'll see in the stats. But yeah, I saw him do multiple clips of damage, so that was very well done from him there. And that's the difference maker here. I mean, there's two things. I think Hulknik did fairly well. He should have done fairly well, at least in his T57. And then also the fact that Ding seemed to read Utopia's strategy. I mean, we saw it last week. They also watched the matches, so they should also be able to read it. And they counteracted it. They expected them to be quick enough to catch those WZs, and they did. And Utopia was forced to rotate around, and Hulknik was there to catch them every single time.
Okay, yeah, that's very good breakdown here, actually, of the match. It looks like the statistics, Decky, we're going to have to wait a little while for them right now. So let's talk about this going the other way now. Now, Ding have been able to get ahead here now of Utopia. Now, commonly in the first two maps, Utopia have came back. They've brought it back. Do you think Ding are going to be able to take the lead now?
I think this is the tiebreaker.
You still think it goes tiebreaker?
I don't know. I mean, I think steps will be Ding's map. I think this will go 3-3, and then Ding might win out 5-3 on steps, because Utopia, when we saw them play against Kasna Crew, really didn't look good.
Yeah. I mean, certainly it's been one of the hardest teams for Ding to defeat this season. Why do you think that's been? I mean, they've gave Ding like a hell of a fight each time, and like I say, last one was tiebreaker, and Utopia actually won the first one, so Utopia kind of has the advantage here, to be honest. They've taken more rounds from Ding.
Kind of play both in a tactical sense as they play with standard tactics, and they were able to counter Ding very well in the last two times they met each other. So I think it's that to blame. Yeah, Hulknik here doing very well.
4.5 there, T57 heavy. Yep, 15 shots. That's 3 clips, yeah?
15 shots?
That's 4, isn't it? Not 5. So I'm not going to do the math, Decky. I'm sleeping. 2 kills, very nice.
4 shots.
Alien getting 3 kills.
Ryan, do the math with me.
Decky,
no,
I can't.
Ryan.
Decky, once I get past 10, I struggle because that's all the fingers I've got in my hand.
But then just remember.
I can't take my socks and shoes off and stream. I can't, Decky. I'm struggling. I've got 6 fingers in one hand that nobody knows about.
He did 3 clips and 3 shots.
3 clips, 3 shots?
15. 3 clips is 12 shots, and then he did 3 more. So he did 3 clips and 3 shots. So 4 clips in total.
Yes, he did 4 clips, like I said at the start there. Very well done. Nicely done there from Hulknik. Come on, mate. It's taken me 35 years to learn English. I'm not going to try and learn maths as well at the same time. If it's past 10, I'm stuck. I need somebody else to help me count as well, and they have to move their fingers down each time.
At least your doubling 8 is under 10.
It is, actually. No, it's slightly higher. I think it's 11. 11. There we go. Everyone can crack that elevator joke now. Let's have a look at the lineups going into round 2, Decky, and see how many mouse we're going to see. Is it going to be 7? Well, no, it's going to be 5, but we do get 2 Type 4 heavies as well.
Yeah, I think after everybody saw Milosh, they're like, I want to play Type 4 heavy as well. The good thing about it, the good thing about it is this on the defense is that it can trade well into the number 1 base, blow for blow with a heavy tank like an i7 in there, which means that you don't need a tank like an Udes on a 1 anymore, because the Type 4 can do the same. Yes, he'll die at one point, but he'll make the heavy tank pretty low in the meantime. And he can also pen the bad shots.
When you said he can do the same, I just had visions of a Type 4 doing the climb there. It's the cameraman enjoying driving through here, Ghost Town. Very nicely done. It's like he's in a Batchat or something. Meow. As we zoom in to the lineup here of Ding, with their lovely black and white camouflage. It looks so awesome on the mouse, doesn't it? Any of the team camouflages look really awesome on the mouse.
It's because the mouse just looks awesome by itself.
It's an awesome tank. Now, Utopia, red side defending, Ding, blue side attacking. To make things nice and easy for you, Utopia on the red side have the blue camouflage, and Ding on the blue side have the black and white camouflage.
So Ding's going to spread out here in the beginning, covering all their bases. Sending Kuriz towards the north to spot out Utopia. They're going to do the same. They have double bad shot. They can just hold in that one line. Ding cannot counter push there with their 2 bad shots, because they will get wrecked on that crossing. The only thing Utopia has to do here to begin with is set up the positions they need to hold the center cap, because the Type 4s can easily deal with the northern cap. So they just need to make sure if Ding push, they're ready to receive it.
Look at this, Decky. Kuriz is actually making a move all the way up here. He's going to just stop where he is. Looks like it. He's not actually going further.
Yeah, he's just spotting.
Crease, what do your elven eyes see? Nothing. Nothing, Daki is the answer.
It's going to be a slow round here again from Ding. I mean, you can just see the positions all across the map. You'll see when they make their move, when the mouses start gathering up on one spot of the map.
Dynamo, the only tank spotted at the moment for Ding on the Utopia side. Driving about in the T57 Heavy. So far they have no vision on anybody else, although just as I say that, Papa Powin and Shupanik get himself spotted. And Biku as well, actually. Shot missed there from Hulknik.
Yeah,
How did that miss?
I'm not sure. But all I saw was Breakneck taking one for Lado and losing his gun. He's going to have to use his repair kit at one point. It's very annoying on the bat shot if you have to use your repair kit on that. But you have to.
Use it on the gun now just to get tracked later. Pretty much
No,
what he's
he
going to
won't.
decide on.
He won't use it until he runs away because he can't risk getting tracked.
Creek's just ducking and diving here, Daki, trying to get some vision. Papa Pow, when he knows is back there now in type for heavy. Breakneck taking another damage, Daki. He's tracked and he gets his radio damaged as well. Both shots look like they came out there from Biku.
Yeah, Breakneck's not going to be happy about that one at all. He's now very low HP. This puts him into a passive position for the rest of this round pretty much. And now he needs to pick his engagements very well because when you are this low in a bad shot, you know, you can't drive at anybody and be like, okay, I'll take the shot.
An interesting thing as well is in return, Biku took no damage for it. So nice trade, nice start for Utopia here, and they go ahead. First blood to them, or first damage to them, and now they lead HP-wise on to Ding as well.
Well, it does seem like Ding is going to group up and go for their northern play by their positions. You can see they're probably going to try to block off the Type 4s from crossing to that B6 corner by pushing themselves. We're going to have to see if Utopia can set up the necessary crossfire to hold it off.
Positive very far forward there on the end of what we always call Death Alley. It's an area where the teams normally fight. They're pushing right now. You can see the entire movement of Ding into this area as Shokish comes up behind him into that alleyway where so many teams die. Karitz and Mertorius are going to come round the BC line, Daki, as you predicted. Papa Powan is there. What can Papa Powan do? It looks like he's missed the shot already, or he's on reloads, and Mary can actually get quite far forward here and be able to clip out into him.
Yeah, but now the push from Ding will have to come out because Papa Pavin can trade very well with Meritorious. Meritorious will have to take the shot and then Hulknik will go past him. That's the plan here from Ding. But they're losing HP on other tanks though.
Meritorious takes one in the face there as he goes round the corner from Wheelkey. He's clipping out into Papa Powan as Hulknik's going to run round him here at the moment. Hulknik gets his shots. Karit's desperate to get a shot in there as well. As actually Hulknik gets the killing blow. So Utopia have lost Papa Powan, able to do resets. And are they going to put someone on the cap now, Daki, from Ding?
Then they should put Kuritz on there at the very, very least. And Ding is actually training very well here in this area. Much better than I expected. But Hulknik, thanks so much for running away though.
Hulknik getting focused there. We see Elaine has a damaged tracks. He's not moving at the moment. Shokish has a dead driver. Positive's got damaged fuel tanks. Mary has a dead commander. Dead vision port as well. So now damage is going on to Karitz as well. Now Utopia are taking damage on FC Dynamo and Vilki at the moment, but they're holding the lines, and actually it seems to be Ding that are losing this trade right now.
Ding can still recover though because they have 2-3 tanks out of the fight right now, which is Breakneck, Hulknik and Kuritz. Breakneck will now start coming from behind and start putting shots here into Vilki's suit, into Rolezik as well, and that should be the difference maker for Ding though.
Kozoid missing a shot there, but then Shokish missed one back as well. As Breakneck now picks up Vilki. Kozoid knows he has to turn around. Dynamo's turning around to him. Breakneck able to get some nice damage from this area. Puts one into Biku. Goes for Dynamo now as well. See Positive coming forward to trade. Breakneck actually getting a kill on Dynamo. We're looking at a viewpoint now of Biku. And Shupanik coming around him to jump onto Mertorius. Shupanik's going to take a lot of damage for that, Daki. Biku actually, no, Shupanik actually is the one who picks up the kill. He takes a lot of damage. However, though, he's dead now as Alien gets the kill on him. And Ding look in control, Daki. It's still 6 guns here to 3, and this looks like to be Ding taking the lead here 4-2.
Yeah, Ding should be taking the lead. They read Utopia's positions very well, and they counteracted them. Going for Papa Pavin was the first step, then backing off with their batches and coming from behind was the second. All this time, Meritori is also clipping from the side, and they just surrounded the tanks from Utopia and killed them slowly but surely.
Ruleslight getting a kill there onto Positive. Look at this Biku clipping out into the remaining tanks of Ding, but then he goes down as Ruleslight gets another kill on Shokish, but then Breakneck picks up the final kill. Kozoid is the only person left, sorry, not quite the final kill, and he's going to go down swinging as he does as much damage before he goes.
He might get a shot or two more, but it's not going to be enough to save his team. Might get some damage on towards Thelian, who's playing Invisible Man right now.
Yep, that's just an issue we have with the ops mod at the moment. Sadly, we can't really do anything about it, but we hope to get it fixed ASAP, as Hulknick and Breakneck are just waiting to catch Colozoid in a crossfire here. They're just going to rush in, finish off this match quickly. Really nowhere to go, nothing to do. It's actually Karitz in the 251 picks up the kill there on Colozoid.
Good stuff there from Ding, going for that Type 4 first, which we saw the position of. Papapavian, Meritorious took both the shots from Vilkisud and from as Ryan took the shot from the desk.
No, my knee just clicked. I didn't hit the desk, it just popped.
From the Type 4, from both the Type 4s, so that the bat shot and the RU could come around, finish them off. Then they backed off. The Hookling take a lot of damage for the crossing, yes, but he came from behind with Breakneck, and that's really the difference maker. Utopia was torn between all sides. They had no real consolidated front line against Ding. It was all over the map everywhere. They were trying to fight, but Ding got the rotations off, got the shots from the side, from the back, from everywhere they really wanted to. And those bad shots from Utopia, both of them really not doing much in the fight. I mean, we didn't really see them until late on, where we saw Shepanak push around the corner with Biku and die. And
take a lot of damage for it. Yeah.
Arguably, those bad shots should have had a lot more effect. We kind of neglected them during the fight, but they should have been able to do much, much more in this game.
Yeah,
I really missed them.
Especially considering the fact that, okay, Utopia lost the first tank, but then the Batchat of Ding had taken a lot of damage already, so you wouldn't expect him to have, as you know, be such a factor.
They should have been
game.
able to cover off this flank at the very least.
Yep, let's have a look at the stats and see the damage done on this round, and it's Meritorious coming top in the T57 Heavy, and then Colozoid 3.6 right behind him in the mouse, Shockish in his mouse 3.6 effectively, Biku then 3k in his Batchat, but yeah, the other Batchats of Utopia not here.
Yeah, but Biku got a lot of that damage as well towards the end of the round. I mean,
true.
Some in the beginning and most of it towards the end of the round as well. He was clipping out on tanks. In the fight itself, neither of these Batchats actually doing pretty much anything.
It was Shepanik was the other Batchat player as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Kreitz did more damage than him. Kreitz actually, picking up the kill at the end is quite good. Tier 8 tank on tier 10, fantasy points. I don't know if it is weighed for vehicle damage.
I think it should be. Yeah, Shepanik there. I feel like these Batchats should have been able to do a lot more. They didn't, and the result is what it is. It's Ding on match point going into steps. This could be a 5-2 after all.
Yeah, Ding have a very strong record on steps, so it's going to be very hard for Utopia to break them down. Utopia on steps, pretty rubbish, to be honest, compared to what they've played. Let's have a look at the lineups and see the vehicles that both teams are going to be bringing here, Daki, and see if you can spot what they're going to be using tactic-wise.
Well, we know what the tactic Utopia is going to be using. It's Kazna crew all over again. Double mouse, double 140, double Batcha. 140s for the reset, single shooters, quick reload. They can hit the cap mouses. Mousen. Yeah, something like that.
2 mouse.
With probably 1 or 2 of them with optics, so they can spot the cap. And Ding with 1 mouse, 5 batches on M40. We talked about it last time, that RTP's M40 needs to do 4, maybe even 5k damage to make this work.
So to break it, actually we'll do it just after this. Let's jump into the round here, Daki. Ding lead Utopia 4-2. Are they going to do it? Let's jump into steps.
Steps, the most open map in the league. The attacking team appears near the rocks at the bottom of the map, and the defending team starts at the top. Bases are located near the railway and on the green. The best way to control them is to use the lowland near the second base. The attacking team usually begins the attack from the rocks and the railway, but sometimes they can attack through the green. Teams often drag vehicles from flank to flank, so both teams usually pick light vehicles with a good camouflage rating, but sometimes use tanks with a strong turret and even SPGs.
Utopia, red side defending, Ding, blue side attacking. Now, what I was just going to say before we jumped into battle, Daki, is Ding have played steps in total 10 times. They have an 80% overall win ratio. They've won it 50% on attack. They've won it 100% on defense. Whereas Utopia have played it 16 times. They only have an overall win ratio of 31%, which comes from a 38% attack win and only a 25% defensive win. So they're pretty rocky on defense.
But we can forget about most of these stats because it was all post.
Pre.
Yeah, not yeah post pre-patch.
Whoa!
So
I didn't know you could get all the way up there.
Yeah, you can. You can even sit on top if you want. But yeah, so far so good. but all these stats are kind of like, you know, you have to take it into account that it was all before the patch was done. Positive has climbed here on the K1 mountain, and now really it's going to be on to Meritorious. He's the player this round who needs to make everything happen. He needs to do, in my opinion, 4.5k damage to make this work.
Let's see what his first shell is going to do here onto Papa Pavin. 5-3-3, not bad, considering Papa Pavin started to move as well. He's looking to try and get in that engine deck at the front there, Daki, isn't he?
With M40, you can't really aim for anything. Just kind of aim in the general direction and hope it hits. But yeah, honestly, for this tactic from Ding to work, they need to do so much damage with this RDPs, because we saw it. Papa Pavin did a ton of damage against Kazna Crew, and it wasn't enough. Now this RDPs needs to make both these mouses pretty much low HP, in my opinion. Needs to bring them very, very low. If he can do this, then they can win. But he needs to connect shot after shot after shot, and he needs spots for this.
Yep, he needs to bring the HP down, down, down to down.
Down, down, down. What?
Well, never mind. That was the song. But I'm not even going to try and sing it.
You spin me right round, Ryan.
No, not like a record player. Round, 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 round. No.
Because you know I had to walk 500 miles.
Don't dare try and sing that national anthem.
National anthem?
There's nothing that triggers me more than people singing at a karaoke and putting on a Scottish accent. Just don't do it, Dickie. Don't do it.
Just look at Papa Pavin. He's just sitting up here, keeping the cap spotted. He probably has binos, by the way, that he's not moving.
He just doesn't have that. The slope he's on is just perfect.
Yeah, he's not moving, which means he probably has binos, or he's AFK, but it's probably binos, and this should connect.
Oh, he's on fire! He got into the engine deck. Wrecked! Papa Pavin, Burnie, Burnie, Burnie. That's going to hurt me, and that is fantastic damage there from Meritorious. Daki, just what I was talking about there, because you told me about that.
Yeah, when the splash, when you splash into the engine, it gets set on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And why did you tell me about that, Daki?
Because that's where my mouse got set on fire like 3 times. Very annoying.
Creets getting splashed there. Reset. Is he going to move or is he going to stay still?
He should move, because RT will tell him, it will tell the guys, I reset it there, and the shots are coming very close to him. But this is a good start from Ding. With 6 minutes and 22 seconds left, all of it is still on towards the RD. I think Rulezik is now going to swap out with Papa Pavin, and Rulezik will be the new dedicated mouse spotter. And if Ding can do the damage towards him as well, they will pick up the game. Meritorious is still the crucial factor here, because he needs to bring Rulezik low now. Can
he do it? Let's find out in just a few seconds. Breakneck's able to give them the spot from that bush area. Now, is it not? Can Utopia not give? I mean, can they have no idea that that's the bush where Breakneck's in, or do they think you can?
There's a lot of angles to spot from here. It's very hard to do it. It's really, really hard.
Shockish hitting him there.
Oh, Meritorious.
Meri is looking to connect. Nice, 601. So Meritorious is doing his job. Okay, got lucky with the fire, but he is pumping out a heck of a lot of damage right now.
Now Ding needs to start the cap again, because there is no mouse spotter. I think arguably they should put double cap pressure right here. The mouses are currently not spotting, so they should put 2 bad shots, in my opinion at least, on the cap and start forcing Utopia to make a move, because yes, they have a lot of time still available, but I think they need to really just start using what they have and put 2 tanks on there.
If you were Utopia, would you be able to guess where Meritorious is shooting from?
Yes. But would I be able to counter him? No.
Okay. I was just thinking that's maybe like what could happen from Vilke.
It's very unlikely.
Blind shots going out here from Colozoid and Dynamo. Breakneck getting tracked. Now he gets shot. I mean, they don't know he's there, but that was nicely done. Rulazek still spotted at the moment. Mary's going to chuck one over in his direction any second now, and we'll see if that connects. Nice from Ding so far. Very nice. Very patient from them.
The double cap pressure should come in here very soon. And that's going to be the thing we talked about. At least I hope so, because yes, they have a lot of time, but you know, 4 minutes seems longer than it really is on a map like Steps, because if it comes down to 1 minute, you need to chase. 1 minute is not enough. Hooknik should join the cap now, push it very low, and then Utopia will be forced to make a reset.
Creets just dodged a shell there. You can see the explosions onto the cap circle there as Hognick's now going to block Karitz because all the capture points are with Karitz.
I think Shokish is going to shield the cap, actually.
Shokish is driving up there. Rulezek and Papa Powan coming over to try and get vision here. Any one of them can spot at the moment. Shokish wants to come over. They want to try and beat out the mouse here, actually, try and potentially do a lot of damage. Alien taking a shot there. Breakneck is now spotted from his area, Daki. He's trying to clip out into Shokish and Papa Powan, but he's not connecting. It looks like he's actually shooting at the objects. He's not like shooting towards the mouse there. You can't see any tracers.
Wonder what Shokish is going to do now, because it seemed like he wants to block on towards the cap.
Three-man cap has started now, and it is Shokish who's blocked in front of them.
He needs to be careful though, because the RT can splash behind it.
Shokish is spotted. They should know from his positioning that he has RT behind him. Dynamo is now taking damage from Utopia. We're down to 10 seconds on the cap. Shokish gets splashed, but Karitz and Hulknick are actually nowhere near him. It's a bait. It looks like Shokish is protecting them when they're not. Realize somebody's going to have to rush in and do a suicide. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Now Ding can just back off and shoot at the tanks of Utopia as they come in for reset. Very nicely done there by Ding, but it didn't quite go as planned for them.
No, it didn't. And Utopia, look at the damage they've taken for this all across the board. This was great stuff from Ding. Bringing the mouses low, forcing Utopia to do stuff they don't want to do with this lineup, push in and get spotted. Now Ding has double the HP. Shokish can just sit on this cap, and Kuritz and Hooknik can join it at any moment in time.
Papa Powan trying to do a peek again in his mouse. So Shokish is now in a bit of a crossfire, so can't angle real well. Hulknick is going to go aggressive here to the next ridge line. Bihu taking damage there on Utopia. Many of the Utopia tanks down low here. Ding still have all 7 guns in the game, including their artillery, however, and Shokish actually, Daki's now down on a one-shot.
And they need to make sure that they close out this game, because they're going to lose Shokish. Kuritz needs to be careful, but I think Alien getting the kill here on Colossoid should seal the deal.
Shokish still standing now, 61 health. He's going down, swinging. He's still surviving, still hanging in there for now as Alien pushes up now on Bihu. Dynamo takes another bit of damage. Rulezek now takes more damage. He's a one-shot. Dynamo's a one-shot. Hulknick and Alien want to go in for these kills here. They're going to try and focus Bihu down quickly first, bring his HP down. Alien is shooting across into the mouse of Rulezek as well as Positive gets the kill. Breakneck gets the kill. I mean, this kill's all over the place, Dacky here. This is done and dusted. Ding are going to take this one 5-2, and it's unfortunate for Utopia, but Ding, they're setting the pace here for the top 3 spots.
Yeah, Ding doing what they're supposed to do and pick up those 3 vital points to keep them in that top 3, because they could still stumble out of it if they get bad results. But this is a good start for them. They might even still cap it. Positive here. Style points.
Style points indeed there for Positive. Rulezek, only player left for his team, but Ding are going to cap this one out. Rulezek survives the very last minute. Alien might get the kill. Oh, just too little, too late, Alien. Just not enough.
We did say that it was going to be closed out on steps. I thought 5-3 is 5-2. Good start there from Ding, picking up 3 vital points. Well played there. Marry a lot of damage, which we need from that M40 on steps. When you play RD, you need to do the damage, especially if there's a mouse strategy from the defending team. You can see here that it is not unbreakable. You could see that Ding did the damage towards the mouses. They forced them to peek. They forced them to try and make resets, to try and spot the cap, to eliminate certain positions on the cap, because the mouse with optics, with binos, spots a certain amount of the cap, and then they blind shoot the position that the mouse can't spot. Now, if the mouse isn't spotting, there's an entire cap in the open for them. So there was that, and Ding used it very well to do the damage.
Yep, it was very nicely done. It was a bit Mertorious, a bit fortuitous. Lucky for Mertorious that he got the engine deck fire. I did kind of think it was something to be coming. He had a nice angle for it. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what his damage was done at the end of this decade.
Yeah, above 4K maybe?
Possibly, yes. Have a look at the stats to see exactly how much damage he did.
Only 3.3.
3.3. Shokish doing 3.5, 3.6 there, I guess. And then it falls off. I mean, drops almost 1,000 there from second to third. But I mean, top 4 players all coming there. Top damage dealers coming from Ding.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff from Ding. You gotta, Utopia didn't really have a say in this round whatsoever. They traded badly for the resets. Their mouses didn't get to do much whatsoever. Yes, Kuritz did 0 damage. Yes, we expect this from him, but he capped.
He was doing the cap, yeah. He wasn't meant to shoot. If he shot,
a win by base cap is still a win.
Yep. Take a win. A win is a win. Take it any way you can get it, to be honest.
That's Ryan's motto in life. Take it any way you can get it.
Yeah.
Ryan Hector Murphy 2017.
Easy, Tiger.
Best
easy.
quotes of the year.
Easy. It's like you. All I need to do is not lose, then I'll win.
Exactly. That's an insightful quote. That's an accurate statement. You know, because if I don't lose, I win.
Top
You
tactics.
can still draw in World of Tanks, you
Top
know.
tactics.
If I don't lose, I win.
You're still a winner. Then what happens if you draw?
Then you play for participation.
Like most players in randoms.
Huh?
Like most players in randoms.
I play Strongholds for participation. Dedication, motivation.
Now, top damage dealer, who do you think it was? Mertorius, Hulknick, Shockish? Maybe Shockish, actually.
Maybe Shockish, maybe Hulknick.
Okay.
Maybe Meritorious.
Let's have a look and see.
Maybe Bihu.
Maybe Biku. Biku you can never count out, definitely. Nice, Shockish, nice. 3 kills he only got, though, but I mean 3.2 average across all those matches, across all those rounds.
At least
Very
we'll be hearing that for a week.
Very nice. Breakneck, then Positive, then Alien and Hulknick. I mean, Ding, complete control there, very dominating performance. And Colozoid and Dynamo then, the next two highest,
At least
the first 2 highest.
I am very happy with my pick.
Because you have Colozoid and Dynamo.
No, I just have Colozoid.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, I was contemplating between Colozoid or Dynamo. I'm like, you know what? I am going to go with Colozoid.
I went with Colozoid and I went with Rulazik, I believe. And I took Mucka as my third Utopia one. And then it was 4 players from Kazna for me.
I have Bihu. So you're doing really bad here. No, you're doing worse because you have a player that didn't play a match.
That's true.
That is those 400 sweet, sweet points, Ryan.
Mucka, we're going to talk after this, mate.
Ryan, please.
Just a friendly chat. Just a friendly chat. Hey, okay. Now that's us. First map. First match done.
First
It
map?
was Ding Utopia.
Oh, what's the second map?
We're going to be going into our second map, which is going to be Gohard versus Kazna Crew. Predictions for that one?
We're going to have a few close matches there. Maybe some rounds as well if we're lucky. Yeah, no, honestly, that's going to be tiebreaker potential. That has tiebreaker written all over it. That's going to be extremely good. And it's probably going to decide those top 1, top 2 spots. Whoever takes that one, I think, will keep it for those online.
It's vital, this match.
Yeah,
to be honest, it's absolutely vital. This
I think whoever takes this is going to be top 2.
One of the top 2. I don't know, because if Kazna don't do it, they still have their 2 remaining matches. The only thing is the Kazna's 2 remaining matches are Isuba and Oops. 2 teams that still have the potential to trip them
I still
up.
think Gohard, you know, if they beat Kazna, they only have gun runners left. They'll pick up some points there, and they will close that out. So I think I'm going to go, you know. But also, whoever doesn't make it into the top 2, I think has a pretty big chance of losing in the online playoffs because of demoralized.
I don't think so. I think whoever doesn't get through, whoever gets third place, will just be working really hard.
We'll have to see.
Yep, we'll have to see. So we're going to take a wee break, and then we're going to be right back after that with Kazna Crew versus Gohard. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you after the break. Good evening and welcome to the EU Wargaming.net League Season 2. Thanks for coming back if you were with us before the break. My name is Ektar, joined here by Dekilazor, and we have an absolutely tremendous match for you guys lined up this evening.
This should be the best match of this week.
Should be.
This should be. We'll go off the fact that we think it's going to be close. We hope it's going to be close, and it shall be close because I say it's going to be close.
But it has the potential to be a landslide as well.
Ryan, we do not talk about landslides in this match. It's going to be a closed one, and this one will probably decide who goes into the top 2. It's going to be 5-4 for somebody. Nobody's walking home here with 0 rounds.
Bold. To be honest, nobody could have predicted that against the Gohard Ding recently when Gohard absolutely trounced them 5-0. Biggest defeat Ding I've ever suffered in 2 seasons here in the Gold Series. And a really strong win for Gohard exactly when they needed it as well after just losing to Isuba in their match before that. So
yeah, that was
unbelievable, to be honest.
Who knows?
And speaking of Gohard, Dake, here's the boys here. It says ladder position 1, but they're actually ladder position 2. Because Ding have beaten them twice, and they've beaten Ding once. So that means that Ding should be ahead of them.
Lucky for you, it's under 10 because then, you know, you can do the math.
Count, yep.
Well, I don't know about the counting part. But yeah.
1, 2, 3, potato, see?
All around, good lineup, solid lineup. It's been working out for them the entire season. I don't say they have a standout player. They really don't have that player that's always topping the charts. Nah, he has...
Kaizu?
Nah, arguably I'd still say no because we saw Failware against Isuba really...
Kaizu has been standout. He's been as bright as the
yes,
sun.
but throughout the entire season we have not seen a player from Gohard that has reliably stepped up and be there every single time. Ryan, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Ryan, no.
Chat, yes or no?
Sometimes we sometimes like he malfunctions and we have to send him back to the production. So today's one of those days.
Das ist Motor kaputt, yeah?
Yeah. Then their opponents, Kazna Crew, they have those standout players, Ryan, who are there the entire season, topping those charts. Stefan, Nexus, and then followed up by Durs, but lately with the mouse meta coming out as well, we see Haiba doing actually really well on these mouses.
Actually, yeah, Haiba's been playing awesome on the mouse.
He's been doing really well on those mouses. He's not standout player, great player, not standout player because he cannot do that much from a tier 8 tank.
True. Now, we wanted to interview every team this weekend, but sadly it just wasn't possible with timescales and stuff. But we didn't get the first 3 teams we saw so far, but we did get an interview with Kazna Crew and the remaining teams still to play this weekend, so we'll have those interviews lined up soon. But let's listen into my little chat with Vetso. And hello here to Vetso from Kazna Crew. Now, Vetso, your team had 2 good wins last weekend. What is it about this Kazna Crew that is different from the Kazna Crew of previous seasons where perhaps you would kind of struggle as you got near the end of the season?
Well, I could say that we are working harder, way harder than the previous season and the previous seasons because every team is getting better, more coordinated, so we need to work harder on our individual skill and on our team skill. And basically we have a little calmer situation in the team, more hard work and more respect to each other, and that's what's working for us right now.
Okay, that's cool to hear. Now, we've seen from last week that Kazna Crew were one of the teams that were able to adapt quickly to the new patch. What do you actually feel about your patch? What's your thought on the new changes?
Well, we knew that the mouse is going to become the new meta and the armor is going to be now the meta, but we kind of took it and we adapted to it. A couple of us still doesn't feel like it's a good thing, but if it's something that you need to adapt to, we have to do it and we have to play like that.
Okay, that's a fair point. We certainly had a couple of debates about it in the office. Many of us actually feel from our point of view it's more interesting to watch because the matches are prolonged and it comes down to more individual skills, but
Yes.
I can see what you're meaning with perhaps being a bit too heavy sometimes.
Yeah, it's too heavy, but you're right about individual skills and about those penetrations which can matters the most. It's between a victory or a loss. One penetration can decide between a victory and a loss.
Yeah, definitely. Now, looking forward to this weekend, you're one of two teams who have a 3-match weekend, and it's arguably going to be some of the most important games for you all season. You're going up against Gohard especially. Now, that match is going to probably decide who becomes first, second and third. Now, how has your team been preparing for this match with Gohard?
Well, this week it's do or die against Gohard, so we need to be 120% on that match, even though it's still not over when that match finishes. This is a three match week, and we need to give everything we got for this 1 or 2 spot, and I think we can make it. We can definitely make it. We're top of our game right now.
Okay, well, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing these matches, Vetso, so best of luck to you and Kazna Crew.
Thank you very much, Hector.
So, Daki, it seems like Vetso might not be a fan of the mouse meta.
Doesn't he play mouse?
Don't know if he plays mouse, no.
Let's
actually have a look at the map lineup, Daki, and see which maps we're going to be playing on right now.
Ghost Town coming out here between these two first. It's going to be a very, very heavy map. I'd say Kazna Crew should have the advantage here, in my opinion, still, because of the way they've played it. They've held off against Utopia. Yes, Gohard decimated Ding on it, but Ding admitted themselves that they weren't prepared.
Weren't quite as prepared for it as they should have been.
Exactly.
Perhaps. I think it's what they really said is they didn't have enough time to scrim properly.
This without taking any of the old stats into account. Cliff coming out then. This is not a good map for Kazna Crew. I've never been a fan of Kazna Crew on Cliff before.
0 attack wins on it.
Exactly. I don't know. I still don't feel like it's going to, unless they've trained on it very, very hard, I still feel that should be a Gohard map.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting Prokhorovka, Mines and Steps as well. Ghost Town to start off with. How many mouse are you expecting? 7?
7.
7. It's just going to be every time now. It's just like, hello, I'm Wojtek.
Were you thinking that I was going to say something else? Because I was like thinking.
I am Wojtek. Yep. 7. Okay. 7. That's a good bet.
Ryan,
8 potentially.
Use your fingers. Count to 7.
1, 2, 3. Potato. 5, 6, 7.
Congratulations, Ryan. I'm proud of you. Yeah, but this is going to be such a close one. Ghost Town coming out. We saw Gohard use a lot of AMX 30 on here. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that once again. It worked out for them against Ding. Yes, he got caught in the beginning with that AMX 30 set on fire, but he got away. And I think, how many kills did he get again?
3.
3 kills in an AMX 30.
Managed to pick up the kills, yeah.
I think they're going to be playing with that again. A few mouses to back that up on defense. Kind of need some autoloaders as well. Bad shots. 57 heavy, maybe 50B, depends also a little bit on personal preference, because some players really just don't like playing T57.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that with the Kranvagen on randoms anyway. I feel like the Kranvagen has completely eliminated the 50B now. Pretty much does the same thing.
No, Kranvagen is mostly comparable to an IS-7 with an autoloader.
That makes sense, because IS-7 historically has an autoloader, but it doesn't have it in game. Not a lot of people know that.
Does it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Has to be detuned basically for the game. Now let's have a look at the lineups, Daki. Now we see 7. Well done, Daki.
Thanks, man. 7, the magic number.
I had to quickly count my fingers there just to make sure.
So yeah, 7. Some bad shots coming out here. I don't know about the tier 9 battle. We have talked about this, and we have said it is hard to make it really work well. We'll see. That is going to be interesting to see. I don't know about those bats. Again, like in the last match, those bats are super crucial. What they can do. Kazna Crew have only 1 tier 9 bat of themselves, though, so rotation-wise, they're kind of limited. It kind of stays at 1 point. They have to go for the push, but the IS-7 stays also. They can play the number 1 base while they block with the mouses for any possible resets.
A mouse block could be quite interesting here for Kazna Crew, but I doubt we're going to get that, Daki. I think it's going to be some kind of bait, some kind of fight in the middle cap, perhaps. We've seen that happening quite a lot of times, and well, Gohard have the the kit to reset any kind of play on the base 1 at the north of the map, but I don't know how they're going to do if it actually comes to a head-to-head brawl. I'm kind of worried about just the lack of armor to be able to trade from Gohard's point of view.
It's just going to be the 3 mouses have to play it really well, and they have to count on their autoloaders, making the mouses from Kazna crew a little bit low, so they can't play super aggressive. They have to be afraid of autoloaders in their side or from coming from behind. It's all really onto the autoloaders from Gohard.
Yep, so Batchat tier 9, Batchat tier 10, or adult Batchat and baby Batchat as they're more commonly called. MX30 Prototype has the potential to be a big player here, Daki. Now, Gohard with their standard lineup, and Kazna crew have Yizne and Vetso in from the very start here. So let's find out who's going to win the first round here. It's Gohard versus Kazna crew. It's going to be Ghost Town. Okay, now Gohard are going to be on the red side defending Daki, and Kazna crew are going to be on the blue side attacking. Now, for those not new to the league, that Gohard have a really cool purple and black camouflage. Kazna crew have this white and black camouflage.
Wouldn't be surprised if Kazna crew at one point tried to go for that number 1 base still. Put, for example, the I7 on there.
Look
and
how
then
aggressive Maga is, Daki.
he's just destroying some houses with the Batshot in the beginning because he knows he will get away from it unscathed pretty much because the Tier 9 Bat wouldn't have reload. But yes, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to play the cap and then, you know, when they're capping, try to push off, try to spot the MX30, trying to catch him out that way because they are grouping up very heavily and the I7's already going for that.
Stefan in the IS-7 is making a move into the cap circle. He is getting in position already. Now Maga is being able to dodge a shot. He's actually up there with the AMX-30, and that could be a good amount of firepower coming back down onto them, Daki.
Yeah, Gohard needs to get the correct spots now, the correct rotations, make sure that they don't get surprised by a push coming out from Kazna crew off of that cap. Some blind shots going out. Coca-Cola's just destroying some more buildings, trying to figure out where Kazna crew is. Gohard needs to make sure that they just don't overextend here.
Yep, now we can see the 3 tanks of Kazna crew here into Death Alley and the triple mouse. We see Dares, Nexus and Diplomat. Stefan's taken a shot already, Daki, here from, I don't think actually Maga rather than Safarchik connected on with him. Yeah,
Maga is actually shooting towards Stefan. That's interesting. If he connected, he could have actually done more damage than the AMX-30 could, but he didn't. I think they should swap places now so the Batchat doesn't waste too much of his ammunition. AMX-30 go back to shooting, Batchat go back to spotting. And Kazna crew, yeah, I don't think this cap is going to be the final play for them.
It's going to be a bait to try and draw in Gohard into doing something then, yeah?
Yep, and they've already baited Coca-Collapse forward, so now the rest of the tanks from Gohard will have to start moving as well to make sure that they support Collapse in this move.
And here comes the push on the road as well from the rest of the tanks of Kazna crew. Now Karibari could be in a really dangerous spot in a couple of seconds here.
Yeah, and Kazna crew is going to fight, so...
Let's listen into the team speak indeed of Kazna crew and see how this fight goes.
Can we go for the mouses left side?
Buff shot. Watch out, don't get flanked by trenches.
We're still doing fine. We will kill the mouse. We will kill you can chill in the middle. You can chill in the middle. Chill in the middle. We will kill Coca-Collapse. Kill Coca-Collapse. Batchat joining to
We need the deeper flank.
Yeah, we just focus mini flow.
No, I shot you there, yo.
You finish.
I will.
Need to keep triple cap.
MX-30 shot still up. We are fully decapped. We are fully decapped. Can you push the Batchat? Push the Batchat.
Nice, Vetso.
We push the Batchat. We need to go forward. We can't cap anymore. We need to fight. MX-30 from up shooting, so...
Kaiser next.
Diplo, we have to join them. And try not to get trapped by the MX-30.
Batchat on my flank.
We can win this fight. We have more tanks. Don't block. Let me pass.
Who finishes Batchat? I can finish Batchat.
Kill Batchat. Kaiser next. Who finishes Maga?
20 seconds.
I might be
Get closer, Vetso. Need to kill Kaiser next.
Failware.
I need one on Kaiser. Now.
How much did Felder shoot?
Kaiser shot.
all.
Who fin...
Vetso, can you finish Felder?
I finish B.
Nice.
I need help on Kaiser now. Can somebody shoot now?
Just roll.
I finished Kaiser.
Keep going.
Hi, man, let me show you.
MX-30 joining.
I'll show you.
Nice, Vetso give AMX-30 shot. You have shot, Vetso?
Mouse shot.
Three shots.
Just reverse out of there with Diplo. Just reverse.
Can we kill the MX30 together? Kill the MX30 together.
MX30, Vetsu check him.
Nice.
It says only one, no?
Yes,
Let's run. Need to do damage out, Diplo. Do damage.
Diplo,
You
try
need to go
to run
down,
away
you need to
from
go
the
down.
mouse and aim MX30.
Come on, pen your shots.
We need to kill the MX30, man.
Just MX30, Diplo. Or now pen.
MX30 is running, MX30 is
Just
running.
shield to the fucking mouse.
I will just hide, Vetsu.
Yes, just buy time.
I'm buying.
You don't even have to shoot him. Just buy time.
many
Vetsu will
seconds?
come.
How long?
Vetsu, how long?
Patrick is on you.
10 seconds.
Don't get shot before Vetsu. Don't get shot before that.
Wait, I need to come closer.
Rush
Mouse
the
turning, mouse turning.
Mouse turning.
Doesn't matter.
Stay safe from the mouse and kill him now, Vetsu. Kill him now. I'm MX30 shot. Kill him.
Stay safe from the mouse.
Mouse shot.
Fuck.
Diplo, give me that one. 1-on-1, mate.
Nice, Diplo.
Let him play.
He's better position.
No, it's not.
You can just chase him.
Don't give him.
Oh, and Daki right in the knife edge here, but Annihilator backing off, and he's got another shot into him. It looks like Diplomat now has the advantage here. He can just trade 1 for 1. He has double the HP here of Annihilator now.
Yeah, Annihilator's trying to run away from Diplomat. I don't know if that was the best choice here because he's going to be a one-shot. He needs to track Diplomat pretty much if he wants to have any chance. Running away with a mouse just isn't that effective. He can still maybe do it. He needs to give Diplomat a shot on the corner here and then needs to get around it. It's going to be very hard for Annihilator, but I think Diplomat should have it.
Diplomat's going to side scrape as well. Annihilator is a one-shot. I mean, you can play ring around the roses here because Annihilator is defending team. You can try and run down the clock, but I mean, it's not the two tanks you want to try and run around the clock with.
Yeah, I really think Annihilator needs to take distance here away from Diplomat. The timing here is very crucial between these two.
Nope.
Ooh, Annihilator spotted Diplomat though, and Diplomat didn't spot him in return.
So Diplomat knows he's spotted. Diplomat's going to back off. I think Daki still, it's just too much for Annihilator. He needs at least 2 shots into Diplomat.
Honestly, Nile is doing the correct thing here, probably. He needs to get a little bit of distance, peek from that right side corner that you can see from Diplomat. If he peeks from the house on the right there, does it well, he can still hold this. This is not one for Diplomat in the slightest, honestly, because of the fact that he needs to push around the corner. He is a 2-shot. Nile just needs to make the connection. If Diplomat goes onto the cap, that gives Nile a lot of new options to approach towards it, play hold down with the mouse, get into the close area of Diplomat. He has a lot of time to work with. 2 minutes before this base is capped. Well, 1 minute and 50 seconds now. Nile needs to choose an angle, needs to come hold down, needs to make the connection on towards Diplomat without getting penetrated in return.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket and say, well, it's done and dusted, because, well, that happened when it was Mainland versus 1-on-2. But this is a very difficult task for Nile to do the reset, not take damage, and then also have to deal with the fact that as soon as that happens, Diplomat's just going to run after him. He needs Diplomat to bounce. Looks like Nile's changing to HE.
Yes, probably going to be loading HE ammunition here, going to go try and get a shot on towards this mouse from Diplomat. Diplomat seems to kind of expect to play from Annihilator, but not really in essence, and it will take him a long time as well to turn his tank around. He is aiming into the correct area, though Nile, if I was him, he needs to wait a long time before he makes his commitment, because he needs to make Diplomat wonder. He needs to make him think, could he be possibly be coming from a different angle, perhaps? He also needs to be careful not to knock over any fences, any trees, anything coming close towards the cap, because remember, the teammates, the dead teammates from Kazna crew can see anything that breaks, that falls over. All of that stuff is visible, even in post-mortem mode.
Yep. Tell you what, Daki, I'm kind of regretting coming back out from TeamSpeak now. It'd be really interesting to see how Kazna crew are talking about this and what they plan to do.
Honestly, they just need to let Diplomat play in this situation. Nile, this is the outplay, honestly. The thing is, though, Diplomat has his front towards him, so he will just be able to push him.
Spotted. Nile has to get the shot in quickly. Does. Backs off, but now
Diplomat's
Diplomat's driving right at him now. Nile might come off reload here and be able to do this.
Diplomat's a one-shot.
Nile, can you land the shot? This is now 1-on-1. It's down to individual skills. Who's going to get it?
This is Nile has the advantage here. Nile has the advantage because Diplomat needs to make a peek. Nile just needs to wait for Diplomat to turn his turret. He needs to make no risky plays here. He needs to wait for something that he can pen. He needs to wait for Diplomat to try and shoot him and then get the shot in return.
They're going for it. Diplomat's backing off. He's going to try and use the angle of his tank. Oh, Daki, this is going to be a knife edge. How are we going to get this one? How are we going to get this one? Diplomat bounces. Nile misses. Oh my
Nile
God.
didn't shoot. Nile still has a shot available.
No, he missed.
No, no.
Oh, he low rolled! Oh my god,
But 4
HP.
seconds. Diplomat needs to come over. I don't know if he's going to get it.
He is going to do it. He does. Diplomat gets the kill there. Well, RNG, when it's in your favour, it's in your favour. When it's not, it's not. Right down to the wire. And this is exactly what you predicted at the start.
Niall can also blame himself because when running away, he didn't connect one shot on towards Diplomat. It's 4-9 the Alpha gun. Didn't do it. Niall's not going to be happy about that one, but if he connected the shot when Diplomat was pushing towards him and he was running away,
yeah,
wouldn't be in that situation as well.
He took, I think, 3 running away in total, or at least 2 running away, not a single shot back. I mean, you're going to get penned in the ass, obviously, when you're driving away like that, so why not just have your turret backwards to try and get shot back?
He did try to shoot back. He did try to shoot back on towards Diplomat. He gave him 1, I think, when running away. So there was that, but that was close. I think Niall arguably could have won that as well. The angle for that final shot from Diplomat wasn't ideal for Niall either. He needed to turn his front a little bit when he knew Diplomat was going to push him. He had a few seconds of time where he could have possibly angled a little bit better because now he was just showing his entire frontal plate, which is obviously still pennable.
Yeah, yeah. So unfortunate there. So round 1 that goes to Kazna Crew. The teams are now going to swap sides. We're now going to see Kazna Crew on the defense. We're going to see Gohard on the attack. But first of all, let's have a look at the stats and have a look at the damage done in that round, because there's a huge amount of damage done from each side.
Nice amount of damage there from Niall. I mean, Gohard almost...
You can't blame him for that. I mean, okay.
Both these players, I mean, you can kind of blame him in essence for some missed penetrations, because Vetso said it himself, you need to make every single shot count. And Diplomat missed Niall as well, if you remember. At one point, he missed the shot on towards the mouse when they were still fighting.
But this reminds me of how a lot of people would say, oh, Applewell lost his team the tournament, where they wouldn't have got to that position if it wasn't for Applewell carrying in the previous round. Now, Niall came top damage there, 5.6 with 4 kills. So arguably, he did more than enough to try and win the game for his team. To come down to that one shot.
Diplomat should have won it earlier. I mean, if he gives Niall that shot when it's him and Vetso still alive, Vetso also should have closed out the kill on the AMX-30 without dying. He could have gotten the kill and be able to run away. You could hear his teammates also say forward, which was the correct thing to do. He was not positioned well.
Yeah.
He should have closed the kill on the AMX-30 without going down, and then there's no chance for Niall to win whatsoever. And then Diplomat also missing to add insult to injury. It is it's a series of circumstances that almost lost Kazna Crew this game.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, it was on a knife edge in that brawl when it did happen, and it could have gone either way, and then it looked like one way, then another. It was good. We see that quite a lot of times on Ghost Town now, especially with these top 3 teams when they play against each other. Now, line up second round, Daki, do you think 7 mouse again?
7.
7 again? Well, let's see if Daki is correct with the lineups here. I'm going to go with 8 just to play it safe, but I think you're right with 7, to be honest.
I'm always right with 7.
You're always right. Well, yep. Oh.
7.
Still the distribution is different.
7.
Daki, you have stolen Mojo's crystal ball. I'm certain of it now.
Balls.
Balls, you got both of them now. You took the one from home when he wasn't watching?
Yep, and the one from his office
so you got
as well.
both of Mojo's balls in your hands, is that what you're telling me? Crystal balls, of course, we're talking about here. Settle down, people. Settle down. Mojo predicts the future with his crystal ball.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he needs to plug it in. It doesn't run on batteries.
Oh. Well, it's the old school technology.
Old school
technology.
Wind-up handle.
He doesn't know what Wi-Fi is, but but yeah, this lineups here, MX 5100 on attack. It can obviously be put in the cap.
It's going to be used as a shield for a mouse.
Yeah, but you can't shield a mouse, and there's batchless as well. Perhaps they just want to push, make a push play here with that 5100 as well. I mean, if he can get the clip out, which is going to be hard because of 6 shots, he can do a lot of damage, but
super slow.
He might be used as shield, but shield a bad shot? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yep, it will be interesting. Now, Kazna Crew lead Gohard 1-0 here. Let's jump into the action and see, can Gohard bring this back 1-1, or are Kazna Crew going to take an early lead 2-0? Well, Daki, I mean, Kazna Crew, it was a hell of a round last time round, but Kazna Crew, I think, have a bit of momentum behind them right now. Gohard have lost to East Suba, they won against Ding. Kazna Crew won their 2 previous matches before this.
I don't know. I'd still say Gohard is going to be not that demoralized from this. We know they used to be an emotional team as we catch the American Eagle, But yeah, we know they used to be an emotional team, but it seemed to have calmed down a lot with the introduction of Zafar and such. They have been capable of comebacks as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do it here as well, and it's going to be a big fight around the center cap.
For everyone who's participating in the quest, the tank today apparently is the defender. And don't worry about polls, they come randomly. There's no need to continually ask for them in chat. Just chill out and enjoy the matches, and occasionally a poll will pop up.
So Zafar was first in H9, so he could shoot towards D7. He's now moving with the rest of the team as well. Diplomat has to be careful here because there's two masks in front of him, and Durs actually takes a big connection there.
Durs getting hit for 530 as he was moving along position on the back there. Perhaps Failware or the other tank that was right beside him getting that connection there.
It could have been, but Failware and Kaiser are now starting to push up as well. They need to be careful because Nexus is still over there, but Zafar, if Nexus clips, he could do a ton of damage on towards him. I mean, if Nexus tries to peek that corner with the T57, Zafar will remove him. And triple cap pressure about to come out here.
Caribari taking one in the face there from Yizne for 659. As Annihilator pushing the cap behind him. Coca-Collapse took damage there as well, Daki, and these Mows already are being spotted out by Casting Crew and they're forming angles around them.
The strategy from Gohard here is put some cap pressure though. They're going to push Collapse forwards. He's taking so much damage for this.
Coca-Collapse taking a huge amount of damage in the side because the Batchats were just waiting for that. And look at this, the tanks of Gohard are caught in a complete crossfire here, Daki. This is not a nice position to be in.
Yeah, but they're going to do the damage now on towards Nexus, on towards the T57. They're going to push him off. Maga's going to come behind him. If they can get Nexus at least, they will be good. And I think this would be the ideal moment to listen in with Gohard and see what's happening on their TeamSpeak.
Can we kill Heavy, guys? What happened?
I tracked him.
I'm one shot. Почему Heavy живет супер, ребят?
Dive 5 KD. I found the heavy,
We can kill the pipes.
Batch from back.
Go left now.
Shoot batch, guys.
Fail, go push, I have one.
Plus. I kill heavy in 2.
Some shots to Stefan.
Kill the heavy. Nice.
I have a diplomat shot.
Stefan.
I finished Stefan,
I'm reload.
Nice.
This batch is -3 or maybe -4, I don't know. Мага, ты раньше ушел в КД, нет? Он только
КД сейчас только что нажал.
Бля, поздно. Ну как-то, короче, сделай так, чтобы ты его потом забрал.
I'm moving to now.
Не-не-не, я
I'm going from down.
Давай, делай. У них ваншоты. Guys need to finish fast. Batch in about 25 seconds. About 20, maybe.
I can put one on Hyper. I can maybe finish Hyper.
Nice.
Kaiser, we can farm at Diplo. We can farm at Diplo. Fail, come up and you can also shoot Diplo. Guys, I need to
Ты просто
2
проезжай,
seconds.
убивай, Мага, ты можешь, нет?
Yeah, if Kaiser can finish that fight.
I can't. Shoot Diplomat,
Бат.
Мага, типа не получил.
Type peeking.
Дай пилот.
Kill diplomat, guys. I do one.
Закрывай его, ёбаный стыд.
Is diplomat one shot? Nice.
I made the batch.
I'm going forward. 5 seconds.
Мага, бац.
Maga, without try.
Nice.
Maga, go safe to the building. Okay.
What a play from Gohard coming out there. We saw the center fight. It seemed to go badly for them, but Nexus was the crucial factor here, honestly, when they closed out the kill on that T57. Yes, Coca-Collapse went down for it almost, but then the Batrats, once they are off their clips, we saw what happened to them. Stefan removed Durs out of the fight, reloading. Yes, they did a ton of damage, but the Mouses from Gohard, and even at 5100, coming into the fight and doing the damage.
Yep. Zafarchik was getting shots into the back of Stefan when Stefan cut across the middle there. What I really like to hear in Gohard's comms is that you hear the mix of the 3 Russian players, you hear the mix of the players who speak English, but then the Russian players also speak English as well, and sometimes it sounds chaotic, but they still know exactly what they're doing. They still know exactly who to support when, and it sounds like a hectic comms, but I think it also sounds like an organised comms in a way as well.
I think they got the structure down pretty well. I mean, obviously, it's not that hard to learn basics of a language for the Gohard guys. The basics of a language is also, especially when it's these kind of terms which are used over and over and over again.
So the match before was Alien Divide.
Well, you have the same terms that are being used, so you can start understanding, start recognizing the things that are being said, and everybody on the same page. That is good stuff from Gohard, really, that center play, going for Nexus, catching him out of position. Then we saw Haiba getting crossfired from the cap, from the downside, and Diplomat left alone. They already lost Stefan at that point at 5100, actually working out in that regard, really. And then there was honestly, those type did a decent amount of damage, but we saw one of them. I think it was
focused really quickly.
easy, just go removed. That is the thing about these Japanese tanks. Yes, they have a nice derp gun, but no matter what way they angle towards you, you will always see flat surface. There will always be flat surface to shoot at. And with high-pen guns, those flat surfaces are still pennable. Yes, they got a buff, but it's still doable. Because you always, it's not like the mouse where you see an angled something, you will always see flat surface.
Yep, and here we are with the post-match stats. We can see the damage done here. Top of the tree here for his team is Failware. 4.8k, 11 shots, 2 kills as well. Diplomat and Dares doing really well for Kaznakru there. Then Kaizu and Annihilator for Go Hard. Then Vetso and that Type 4 Heavy. Haiba and his mouse, 7th place at 1.9. Annihilator, Daki picking up 4 kills as well for his team.
Yeah, nice pens there. Coming after him, Collapse even doing a lot before he died.
Safarchik in 10th place. Ahead of a T57 Heavy, ahead of a Batchat, ahead of a Type 4
This
Heavy.
is the thing we talked about, though. The autoloaders in these kind of matches are key.
He got always 6 shots out. He got 6 shots out, so he got a clip and one more.
Yeah, the autoloaders in this kind of matches are key. Now, Kaznakru didn't do what they're supposed to do. Nexus 3 shots is not enough. Stefan 1.6 is still not enough for a player of his caliber. And the second thing to point out, Kaznakru on Ghost Town, which is arguably the favorite side here, Ghost Down attack has been always favorited. Only nearly won against Gohard. Gohard in return though was a lot more confident in their attack, which is the favorable side. Now we're going into Cliff, and this should be Gohard's map. And I wouldn't.
If Kaznakru can win this on attack, that'll be a first.
I wouldn't put it away. I wouldn't put it away here that Gohard take a 3-1.
Bold. Let's have a look at the lineup stack and see what we're going to see. Now, multiple Batchats, we always expect this, but 2 E50s from Kaznakru. Let's jump into the action here on Cliff and see how this is going to go.
Cliff, the most dynamic map in the league. Battles on Cliff always turn into desperate double-edged fights. Teams start from the same spots as they do in standard battles. The first base is located near the defender's spawn point, and the second is at the bottom of the hill. Sometimes teams split their forces and send several tanks through the 1-2 line to the left of the small hill, but usually both teams play at the center. The attacking team can send one of the tanks up to the lighthouse or behind it. Fast and quick-firing vehicles are better suited for this map, mainly medium tanks, including tanks equipped with autoloaders.
And here we go, Daki. How are these E50s going to be used?
It depends what gun they're using. It seems like they're using the normal one.
Looks
they're
like
not
the
using
105.
Yeah, they're not using the long one. Crazy DPM on that long gun, 3.6 I think, 3.6k. They're boosting them so they can take 1-2 line very quickly. The E50s are very accurate and they're very good at ramming also. Although I don't think they're going to get into position to ram anybody in this one.
No. Karibari not able to get any. Oh, they see some tanks anyway. He's getting some spots out at the moment. Vetso trying to get a first shot out at the moment. Annihilator is driving back to get himself safe. Now, Haiba and Diplomat are the ones going to be on the E50. Now, Haiba traditionally plays the low tiers for Kaznakru, but he has been getting a run out in the higher tiers recently.
Isn't it, you mean?
Haiba as well. Haiba is normally like the scout for them or whatever, was he not?
No, that's Isn't.
Isn't.
But the point still stands because Isn's playing. Oh, look at it, Coca collapse!
Coca collapse is about to collapse for his team right now, taking a huge amount of damage there. He's 165 HP left. He's a one-shot, and that looked like he was clipped out there by Stefan.
Stefan and Nexus both peeking up, and Coca collapse didn't seem to expect it. Philware and Kaizu need to climb that hill and start challenging, but Collapse being on 165 HP is going to cost them throughout this round, because I don't think he will get to climb on towards A5 anymore. Ooh, that's not a good start here for Gohard.
It's super bad because Coca-Cola would normally go to where Annihilator is right now, and that's going to be very easy to... I mean, so many teams fire multiple blind shots in that area, and all it needs is one to connect and he's dead.
That's no good from Coca-Cola, honestly. That you should have been expecting that, but Gohard, we have seen Kaznakru win on the defense being a tank down. So if Kazna can do it, I think Gohard can do it as well. It's a really good start here from Kaznakru though. Stefan Nexus, great play. Coca-Cola arguably should have dropped off, but he didn't, and they made full use of the fact that he made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it happened so quick. I don't know if he got double-tracked or not. He doesn't have any module damage. I don't know if he still has repair packs on him. If we can get a view from him, we can see if he still has his repair pack. But yeah, that happened lightning quick, so... He took a full clip from Stefan almost, and he took at least 2 shots from Nexus, so, I mean, at least 4 connected into him, I guess.
Well, Coco Collapse is now backing off all the way. He's probably going to start climbing A4, take Niall's place. We see TVP's play there if he plays it correctly. Is he just going to sit over there? Okay, he's not going to climb up yet. He should start climbing at one point. But if you can take Niall's position at one point in time, you don't need HP on the TVP if you play it well. He just needs to sit safe.
I think he's perhaps not climbing because Diplomat is just continuing to blind fire in that area, Daki. It's as soon as he comes off reload, he's just firing another shot into that area.
I'm worried here from Gohard because they have one tank out of a fight. Good thing for them is obviously that they have no tier 8. They're playing with double tier 9, so everybody can do the damage. But Kaznakru has the same thing. Coca Collapse very, very careful here. Very afraid of getting blind shot. I think, honestly, I think he should climb.
He's going to have to do it at some point. We can hear the shots just zipping past in that area. Diplomat's just not letting up. Yizni's now blind firing in the same area now. They expect Coca-Collapse to be up there. They want to blind fire.
Well, they know Niall is up there because both Stefan and Nexus took some damage from that position. Failware now climbed the hill. This is nice. Ooh, Stefan just about gets around the corner, but this puts some pressure on towards that position. They can't play it like they did before. They need to be a little bit more safe, a little bit more passive now.
Haiba now going a bit aggressive here onto E2, pushing around this bottom corner. Now there is 3 Gohard tanks opposite him, but he doesn't know that. And actually that E50 could bounce a couple of shots off the front of it, depending how it's angled, and that could be really frustrating for Gohard when they try and get the shots back into him.
The thing is, there's too much crossfire for that E50 to go down 1-2 line, because if it does, then he's going to get shot from 2 sides. Frontally it's good, but from the side it's nothing.
Now actually looks like... Nope, Coca-Collapse is still trying to make the move very slowly here, Daki, now.
Well, he's starting to climb now. He needs to be careful, though.
You can see Haiba. Yizni is coming up to back up Haiba, Daki, and it looks like they might push down this 1-2 line.
Well, if they do, by that time Coca-Collapse will actually be in position, so this is good. I like this. Yizni is now going, and we have to see how much damage he's going to take for this.
Yizni goes across, one shot out from Zafarchik. Yizni's behind a building. Any other shots coming in? Karibari could get one, actually hits one, doesn't connect, no penetration there. So it's 2 shots into Yizni. He's now safe. Now, at what point does Haiba go through? Yizni didn't get any spots on anyone there. And Diplomat with the blind shot into Coca-Collapse.
Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. They lost Coca-Collapse now. Honestly, I think there needs to be a play now, right now, from Gohard, which is to go kill Isna.
I mean,
Isna's not really safe. I think one of the players from Gohard should be able to go kill Isna.
In all fairness, Daki, was that a right call to put Coca-Collapse in that area?
Yes.
Especially when Kaznakru know that that's where he's going to go to.
I still stand by it. Yes, they had to put him up there to get some sort of use from him in the later stage of the round. Because if he's not there, he's not going to do anything anyways. They needed him up there, in my opinion.
Okay. I was just thinking if maybe if it was like if he'd swapped him, for example, for Zafarchik, where Zafarchik was, he could have at least got a shot off before he died.
And probably would have died in return, so...
Okay. But instead he died for nothing. Nice connection there from Zafarchik, and Yizni takes another shot as well, because that's a crossfire from Karibari. He can shoot backwards into him. Haiba pushing forward now as well, so Yizni is just a distraction. Haiba actually trying to try and get a ram there into Karibari, but it doesn't work. Karibari just drops down behind him and gets the kill, as Zafarchik gets the kill actually onto Haiba. Yizni looking for a shot into Karibari. Nobody's able to shoot back here on Yizni. What's the rest of Kaznakru doing while this is happening, Daki?
In the meantime, they've lost Annihilator from full HP though from the A5 position. He got spotted and he died. And now Kaznakru will probably start making a surround here onto the Gohard tanks. They're 2k down, that being Gohard. Somebody needs to go kill Isna, by the way, because he's going to Shrek them. Kaizu taking some more damage, losing his gunner as well. Yizna needs to die.
Where has this Kaznakru team been all season on this map? Karibari and Yizni trading shots. Karibari's now one shot, Yizni's now one shot. But look at this, Diplomat can now come over and get shots into Zafarchik. Zafarchik actually gets the kill on Yizni. Now straight away Diplomat's turning around to try and get shots into Failware. And this is not over for Gohard yet, but they're in a really difficult position at the moment.
Especially because Failware is pretty much alone on that position. He needs to drop off. It's fine that he went against the rock here, but they need to do damage because Failware, he's in trouble. He can't get past that rock right now.
Failware stuck here. Diplomat and Vessel just don't have the angle just yet. Failware actually been saved by the terrain, but I think Stefan and Nexus are going to want to push over. Failware dropping down. Has to be careful of this, Daki. The angle could be really punishing if he carried on down with going where he was.
They need Maga in the fight right now. They need him to do damage. Failware just about surviving, but it looks like Kaznakru will pick up this round though, because there's just no HP remaining here for Gohard. There's no tanks remaining even. I mean, they've lost 2 tier 10 bad shots, and Maga needs to make a play here, but there's so much crossfire available for the guys here from Kaznakru that they shouldn't lose this round.
The angles from Kaznakru are really telling here. I mean, it was I guess lucky in their way that they got so much damage quickly onto Coca-Cola at the start, but then Annihilator went down so quick. Look at this Vetso pinning in the tank here of Maga on the hill as Nexus rolls over and gets the kill. Kaizu's going to be next. He does some more damages before he goes down. Ders is actually down onto a one-shot. Nexus is on a one-shot. Kaizu trying to glide up there and get one more shot, but doesn't do it. What else can other tanks of Gohard do? Look at Stefan coming running here to the back of Kaizu. Kaizu actually getting a kill onto Nexus. Vexo getting the kill there onto Failware. We only have Kaizu on 5 HP and Safarchik left right now, and this is going to be a first. It's going to be a Kazna Crew win here on Cliff on the attack, and this is going to take him the lead onto 2-1.
Yeah, this is at least what it looks like. Zafar is on fire as well. That's just add insult to injury. But it went all wrong in the beginning with Coca collapse, and this is just not the round Gohard is looking for. There's with the close. Yes, Coca collapse there in the beginning, taking so much damage. And when Haiba pushed on towards Karibari, he also spotted Annihilator in the process, who, because Gohard had no hill control, he just got removed. That's the thing. When you play that position, you cannot get spotted. He did. He died almost instantly. And then after that, they had no HP remaining on some of the tanks. Didn't work out for them.
Innovative from Kazna Crew. We haven't really seen two E50s being used on Cliff. Kazna Crew out of the pocket pick, one could say. Something different, perhaps through Gohard a little bit.
Well, I've seen it in different regions though, so if Gohard watches those, they would have been able to anticipate that the fact that E50 might come out at one point. But I think really just Collapse probably made an individual mistake. Same with Annihilator. If both of those, if at least one of those can survive, then it can do so much damage.
See here, top damage was actually Karibari in the Tier 9 Batchat, doing almost 3k damage from 12 shots. And then Nexus in the Tier 10 Batchat, 2.4. Safarchik in the Tier 9 again, 2.3. So, I mean, Gohard's top two damage dealers, they're two Tier 9 Batchats. That kind of tells its own story, realistically.
Yeah, Diplomat doing a nice amount of damage there as well in his E50, picking up 2 kills. But yeah, the story will be written here on the second page. Collapse 0, Maga 479. There is the biggest difference already, because the Kazna only has one player that underperformed, and Gohard has 2.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate for Gohard, but let's take nothing away from Kazna Crew. It was very nicely done with E50s. They got the jump on the player, capitalising all the damage. It was a nice push from Haiba and Yizne. Okay, they took a lot of damage, but then the rest of their teammates were ready to get shots in at the same time as that push happened.
Somebody should have went to kill Yizne earlier, in my opinion, when they didn't spot anybody coming behind him. Nile could have dropped off and killed him for free. Made it an even fight for losing Collapse. They didn't. Haiba then pushed, spotted Nile. And we saw the result. Well done by Kazna Crew, getting the shots, getting the plays, making the correct rotations, picking up an attacking win, which is also a surprise for them. They probably surprised themselves.
First attacking win all season.
Yeah, and now they get to defend. 3-1 for Kazna Crew, I'd say unlikely. 2-2 to keep the trend of the match.
2-2, very highly likely. Let's have a look at the lineups and see if there's any surprises, any special tactics coming out from either of the teams. Now, Kazna Crew taking a very standard lineup here, but Gohard taking a bit different Daki here with the Mouse and an artillery.
Mouse coming out, we cannot say it's a real surprise. We have seen it. He can climb the hill as well at one point, which is the funny story about it. 5 batches and an RT to back it off. I don't think Kazna Crew can play the standard defense against this. They might prove me wrong though and do it anyways. But I think they need to do a slightly more aggressive stance. They control over 1-2 line at least if they want this to work.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see if they can do it. Now, I mean, how for the series, you still seen it going to a tiebreaker, Daki?
Yep, I'm still standing by tiebreaker. I thought Gohard would have picked up this map and Kazna Crew would have picked up the next one. But I think Gohard really needs to pick up this round here, going 3-1 down, going into Prokhorovka. It's just not good for them. Just wonder how much pressure is building on them right now.
Who do you think will take the tiebreaker? Kazna?
Gohard.
So, I mean, if Kazna took the tiebreaker, put it on 33, which is still behind Ding and Gohard, because Gohard will be on 34. So, I mean, it's crazy however this is going to go. This is a huge match.
If he goes to tiebreaker, no matter what, it's in favor of Gohard.
I suppose, yeah, because they're still going to stay ahead of them. So Kazna Crew blue side defending, looking at their viewpoint right now, and Gohard red team attacking, and Gohard looks like they're going to go for that cheeky little boost that they've done before, Daki. Or was it Oops that did this one recently?
Oops did this one.
Okay, can Gohard do this one? Maga's going to be the lead tank that are going to push up in that area.
Should work out for them. Want to see if Kazna Crew
Actually, this is a different angle that they took.
Wonder if Kazna Crew is going to be ready to counter this one out.
That's the same angle. Are they able to do it? No. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's going to waste a lot of time, and it's going to give Kaznakru potentially a lot of information because they're not going to see anybody right now.
Kaznakru's already flanking around the 9-0 line, though in the meantime, Stefan, Haiba, and Vetso, 3-man hit squad. Question is how far are they going to go? Isna's already climbed the mountain at this point. He might actually spot out those bats if they go for the second climb. I mean, not them in the choo-choo train, but he might spot them out in...
I mean, isn't this really dangerous for Gohard right now? Because they're giving up so much map position right now. Ders is going to come all the way around here. He's spotted, but...
Interesting part here as well is the fact that Isna's playing with a small gun on the T-49. Has a lot of DPM. They get it on... No, they don't get it on the second
rock
try.
that time. It looked like Kaizu moved out just slightly there out of the chain. Are they going to do it a third time? Hopefully not, because Kaznakru are going to be like, well, guys, nobody spotted anything. They must be trying something. There must be some kind of shenanigans.
Ooh, Nexus might get a decent amount of damage here on towards Annihilator. If he gets the connections out. He has heat reloaded. He's waiting for now to turn his turret.
Turn the turret. Bold. Bold Nexus.
Well,
now, are they trying it for a third time?
They are trying it for a third time.
Wow. Go hard. Did it not be better just to drive round at this stage?
That wasn't even... Oh, no, no.
Nope.
they
And they're
need
taking
to
damage
give up
for
on
it now.
this
They need to do something else. Look at the damage they're taking for nothing. Don't try it again. Go hard. Like, what are you trying for now? I mean, look at this. Kaznakru coming in round all the way around the other side of the map. They've completely re-rotated these three Batchats. Now they're going to go and push up onto the 3 line because, well, they have complete map control right now. Gohard again are trying to line their tanks up for this boost. It's just stubbornness now from Gohard, really.
I think they really just need this position as well, so I can understand the fact that they're going for it. Just feel like they should have practiced a little bit better in this case, but, you know, Kaznakru, they're going to counter-push 1-2 line. I think this could be possibly the worst decision they could take.
Maga does get up this time. He's in that position. Now, how quickly will Yizne spot him as the rest of the Batchats come around the bottom? And we could get a fight, Daki, here in the 2-3 line.
Yeah, but it depends if Gohard expects it or not and the timing from the Kaznakru push, because look at both these teams waiting on the opposite ends of each other.
And Zafar can land a big shot here from artillery.
It's a 5v4 though in essence, because he's now from the top as well. I don't know, I'm afraid.
Failware can't really do any help there.
But
Kaz
also has a TVP out of the fight, though, to keep that into account. Diplomat, if they have to push across, then they will be there on about the same time as Failware.
Kaznakru won't have Diplomat, but in return, Gohard won't have Failware. They have an artillery of Safarchik, Safarchik misses.
It will be a 5-on-4. Kaznakru only has the T-49 as advantage, that's it.
Like massive shot from Yizne could swing this battle.
Yizne has a small gun. He
can't
do massive shots. He has a small gun on the T-49. No, he has a small gun for the DPM. Nice heat penetration as well. Might be able to get those connections on towards the side of the mouse.
Okay, so now it's a waiting game from Gohard and Kaznakru. Who's going to go first? It looks like it's going to be Gohard right now. They're making a move, Daki.
I'm so afraid for them right now. If they keep pushing 1-2 line, they're in trouble.
Yizne spotted. Yizne spots everyone. He's going to tell his teammates. And now the tanks of Kaznakru are going to come round in defence, and Gohard are going to get caught with their pants down as all these tanks from Kaznakru come round behind them. And Dakis is going to be one hell of a fight. His carry barrage is going to be the main one focused right now.
I think Gohard's in trouble. Big trouble. They're in the crossfire here. Kaznakru is going to push up and bring them down. Unless Kaznakru makes non-connections here, this is over.
Coca-Cola driving away, trying to survive. But look at this. Kaznakru have barely taken any damage compared to the tanks of Gohard right now. This has been a 100% bait. Gohard took so long trying to do this boost that Kaznakru could just think out exactly what they wanted to do. They waited for the tanks of Gohard, and they absolutely pummeled them and gave them real punishment as they tried to make that move.
Yeah, this was a real bad play from Gohard coming out, wasting so much time, and now the counter push will come on towards Coca-Cola Labs, who's by himself. Kaizu and Failware will have to kill Diplomat, who will do a clip before he goes down, and this is just the beginning of the end here for Gohard in this round at least.
Failware getting shot in the back as he pushed up into the hill. He's not going to be able to kill Diplomat here, actually. He took too much damage for that already. You know, one more shot, and he will actually do it. There's another shot coming in the back. Nexus now can get the drop on Coca-Cola and get a kill in return. So that's going to be teammate for teammate. Nexus on full health here. Coca-Cola almost got himself safe, but not quite. Although he does block the climb area from Nexus. It's going to be a bit harder. Zafarchik actually getting a kill on Ders, Daki, but it's just not enough. It's too little too late, really, for the team.
It doesn't matter. All the HP is on Annihilator here on the mouse. Kaznakru had so much time to do whatever they wanted, and they used it to make a 1-2 line bait, and it worked out. And It's going to be Gohard. They're going down 3-1. This is not looking good for their online direct qualification hopes.
Nope. And Vetso only taking 383 damage there from the mouse, so I guess Niall had HE loaded or something?
No, just a low roll.
Just a really low roll? Okay. Zafarchik, one man on the mission. 1 against 5. Can he do it? Well, no. No, he can't.
Not good from Gohard. Not good. Taking way too long time to do it. Yeah, I mean, if they did it on the first or the second try, Kazna crew would not be in position to counteract it. On the third and the fourth try, though, Kazna crew was waiting for them. With everybody in the 1-2 line, you could see the surprise on Gohard. They did not see that one coming. Barrier was the first one. They tried to run away everywhere. Even Maga, who was the guy, who was the guy that was boosted up, tried to shoot, and then was out of position, got caught, tried to run back around the rock. Yeah, Gohard, that was disastrous.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting round for TeamSpeak, listening to it from Gohard's point of view.
It was disastrous from Gohard. Well, they're going to have to do it on Prokhorovka.
Yes, indeed. Now, Kazna crew have got a 2-round advantage. They lead to Gohard here 3-1. We're going to go into Prokhorovka. Now, I don't think Kazna crew are going to do a 1-2 push, but then that could be just a bait. They could just be like, haha, nobody expects the Kazna crew 1-2 line push. Not even Kazna crew, I don't think, expected Daki, to be honest.
I don't know. It's not looking good for Kazan. For Gohard. Let's keep it at
wow,
that.
Daki, okay. 3-1 lead and it's looking bad for them. Well, let's have a look at the lineups and see what the the stats actually here. Vetso coming top damage 2.7, but then look how much it falls off to second place.
Yeah, Cliff is not one of those maps where stats is usually super important. It's about the strategy and the initial clip that is done by the teams. The strategy here from Kazna.
6 tanks on that first page from Kazna.
Yeah, I mean, Gohard just completely outplayed, honestly. Taking way too long to do the climb. Kazna crew realizing it, counteracting it, and being ready for it. Then we see the result.
Yep, very nicely done. Zafar actually, when he killed Dares, 136. Splash damage, I guess, or something. Maybe a connection, but still. Dares must get fed up getting shot by artillery on that map. It seems to happen quite often to him.
Wow, feels bad, man.
Almost like Mary dying all the time on Himmelsdorf.
But it does seem like Kazna crew have found a steady 7.
Yeah.
They have done not a single rotation so far. Prokhorovka is the only map, well, the one map where we usually see Diplomat step out of the lineup, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's playing now
yeah, usually for
or
Call
not.
Me Piotr,
yes,
I believe.
So wondering to see there. Perhaps they're starting to gear up their lineup for those offline finals. And they finally found a steady 7.
Possibly, yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, even if you're not going to you're either going into the finals, which means you're going to be playing here in Katowice, or you're going to be going through the playoffs, which means you want the steady lineup. You want your team to be as practiced as possible, basically.
Yeah, indeed. And it's waiting for Prokhorovka to come out between these two. Arguably, it's always been a 1-1 map. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a 1-1 map here. Also, unless Gohard can bring some more mouse shenanigans, which I kind of doubt. It's going to be a 1-1 map, I think, so 4-2.
They both have roughly about the same. Gohard has a 60% win ratio. Kazna crew has a 56% win ratio, but that's on the old meta.
That kind of says also 1-1 map, because both teams are equally good at it in the past. 1-1 map here, moving to Mines. Yes, it is possible on Mines to win 2 rounds.
And Kazna crew could win it here.
It will be, yes, they could, but I don't think so.
Your last prediction was 3-1 Gohard, so... yeah?
Ryan, please.
Maybe.
That was
I mean, I did say 5-1. I said it was going to be a 5-0 or 5-1. You said it was going to be tiebreaker.
Ryan, my prediction can still come true.
So could Mines. Although we're not seeing Mines today, I believe. No, it's actually next after Prokhorovka. Well, it's okay, guys. I'm not paid to know this information.
I don't even know what you are paid for.
I'm just paid to make you look good, Daki, really, to be honest.
I did that by myself.
It's a very difficult job.
Honestly.
Very difficult job. Look at that bow tie. What a schmuck. Okay, right. Now, let's have a look at the lineups here on Prokhorovka, Daki. I'm interested to see what the teams are going to be bringing. I wonder if there's going to be any mouses. We're probably expecting an S-tank, you reckon, TD? E3s, E4s? Never really seen them before. T95, maybe? Imagine that. That could work. Hey, it would be good.
Maybe for you?
That would be great for me.
We won't be seeing T95s. We won't be seeing E3s. Yes, S-Tank, probably. Gohard might be bringing mouse or two if they're defending. Actually, I'm wondering how many mouses we could see on Prokhorov.
Gorilla, you're going to go 7 again?
Let's keep it at 1.
At 1? Okay, let's have a look at the lineups, Daki, and see if you're right here, because I think you just glanced at the lineups before you said that. 3.
If I would have glanced at the lineups, I would have said 3, Ryan.
You would have said 3. Now, here we go. Did you just say lion to me there?
Lion? Because Ryan is lying.
Okay,
lying.
no, Jordy, no. 3 bat chats. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes, Daki. Let's find out. Is it going to be Krasnokru going 4-1, or is it going to be Gohard bringing it back to 3-2? We're jumping into Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka, one of the first maps in the game. Teams start at the regular spawn points as they do in standard battles. Bases are separated from each other by the railway, so the defending team has to choose whether to send their vehicles to the left side, playing them in the centre, or to the right of the railway, occupying the hill and a part of the village. The attacking team usually attacks the first base. However, the teams often go for face-to-face confrontations, 7-on-7, in the hilly terrain at the centre. That's why both teams frequently use vehicles with good gun depression angles and sturdy turrets.
Okay, now here we see Gohard are going to be defending from the red side. Krasnokru are going to be attacking from the blue side. And Krasnokru are sending some tanks to the 1-2 line, Daki.
Yeah, and they have double mouse as well. I'm going to be playing the middle. It's going to be interesting to see how that one works out for them. Gohard also has a mouse who's going to be holding into the 1-2 line.
Whoa, Yizne getting some air.
Ooh, and Kaiser getting some shots.
Ouch. Kaiser getting hit there for 7-5-3 in his batchat. Haiba being aimed at a right moment from Zafarchik. Connection coming in, 94, not what we wanted. Vetso got damaged on these tracks there as well, Daki, in the meantime, wherever he is. Right behind Haiba. What?
Maybe he tried to flip his mouse.
That was really strange.
Okay, but now Kaiser taking this initial damage. A lot of it is onto Zafar, honestly, in the Lorraine. He has to do a lot of damage. He has to be the player that makes the plays. He has to hit them.
Drive into Haiba or something?
Maybe. Now we got an arty shot.
That was weird. Like Haiba clearly took that hit. The shell landed in front of him, but both Haiba and Vetso were tracked.
Well, so far, Krasnokru is taking a lot of map control here with Isner down the 0 line. Oh, this is not looking that great for Gohard, in my opinion, because Isner will have the A0 position. It will just be Annihilator defending here. This gives a lot of information over towards Krasnokru. Now needs to be careful not to get caught out in his IS-7. They're putting all their eggs into one basket, and it's called Krasnokru going to come down the 1-2 line, hopefully, for us.
I mean, Gohard, come on. Like I joked in about this in an interview previously with Krasnokru, saying we're not going to see you guys 1-2 line push. And Vetso was like, yeah, like maybe we should stop doing that. But at the same time, maybe they're like, okay, we'll show everyone that we can actually successfully push down the 1-2 line. I don't know. I think that's a big gamble, to be honest, for Krasnokru, because they've got wrecked every time they've tried it.
I mean, Gohard can make one massive... I mean, Krasnokru can make one massive bait here. I mean, if Isner doesn't spot anybody on the 6-7 line, they can put Nexus on the cap, pretend that they're going towards that eastern side, catch a rotation from Gohard while it's happening, and then the round will be over. It's just not looking that great for Gohard, in my opinion, unless the far sets Vetso on fire and his ammo rack explodes because of it.
That would be quite spectacular, to be honest.
It would be.
And Gohard just holding their positions here. No sense for them to move out and actually try and go aggressive, because, well, they're a defensive team and they can happily run down the clock. 105 damage onto Haiba there from Zafarchik, and, well, it's going to take him a long time to chip away that health as Yizne starts pushing up more here, Daki, onto the A7 line. Yeah,
but Yizne will spot a mouse, so I don't think he's going to be doing a lot. This position, when he peeks, he'll see a mouse.
Whoop. And he's back down again. Nice shot there, Maga. No. He shot at the train rather than shooting at Yizne. What did the train ever do to you, Maga? Cheeky, Yizne. Cheeky.
Just worried because Vetso and Haiba are starting to push towards the middle, and they're going to start pinging away at this mouse. Maga really needs to get safe in this area, because when Haiba, Vetso, and Diplomat get there, they're going to start shooting down this mouse from Maga slowly but surely.
Annihilator not able to pen with his shot there, 97 into Haiba. Now Zafarchik needs to get a big damaging shot coming in. Lovely one on the engine deck would do, like we just saw previously on Steps from Mertorius onto Papapawin, but it looks like we're not getting that right now, as Annihilator does connect there onto Vetso.
They're doing a nice amount of damage here. Gohard, Maga. Let's hope he can survive for a while for their sakes, because if he does, he'll be able to do a lot of damage. Isna, is he actually going to push behind Maga? Ooh, Maga needs to make sure he hugs the red line, so Isna has no opportunity to come in behind him, because I think Isna will do it at one point if he can.
Annihilator taking 2 shots on the side there, coming in, looks like Nexus and Diplomat, so Nexus has angles on him. Annihilator getting punished for this, Daki. He's down to half health now, and this is really bad for him, but in the meantime, Nexus is taking a truck ton of damage for that peak as well.
I think Nexus got equally punished as Annihilator did. Honestly, I was even in favor of Gohard. I think Nile taking this damage. Diplomat now peeking up, but it's the 1-2 line push coming out from Gohard, actually. They're pushing down that Maga, actually trying to cross over here. Isna trying to play around with him. Maga's doing really well, and now Kaizu and Fairway. If they can catch out Durs and Stefan, this might be a good play for them.
Haiba actually got the kill there onto Annihilator. Stefan's pushing over into Karibari, but we have Kaizu and Fairway here to give him additional covering fire. Now Ders can shoot into Kaizu and Fairway. They do see Ders needs him to back off. Stefan trying to get a kill on Karibari, but Stefan's going to actually go down for this. One more shot, and he goes down, and that's it. Karibari's now in a 1-shot as Ders wants to push in and get that kill. Fairway and Kaizu can continue to give supporting fire at the moment, and Gohard have lost a tank, and they've lost a lot of HP there, and I would say Kaznakru Daki are taking control of this round.
It does kind of look like that, but there's still a lot of HP here available for Gohard. They're also trying to do the damage on towards some mouses, and they're finally starting to break through them. But Nexus will get Kaizu, and that is just 3 tanks remaining for Gohard, pretty much, with Failware on low HP.
Nexus is down to a 1-shot. Dare still has 3 shots available in his clipper. He was doing really well to hold his shots back. All we have left now is Maga and his Maga and the Mouse, Coca-Cola his TVP and Zafarchik in his artillery against 6 guns here of Kaznakru, and well, this is going to be a monumental task for Gohard to come back from this.
Pretty much, especially against 6 tanks here from Kaznakru, especially with Isna pinging away. Now at Maga, he'll do a lot of damage, slowly but surely. Diplomat push forwards, Zafar is down. Coca Collapse is going to be soon to follow, and Kaznakru again reading the strategy from Gohard, and Gohard needs to stop playing these defensive strategies because they're not working out for them.
Not in the slightest, as Diplomat can push forward here into Coca-Collapse with Ders trying to get additional shots, but actually Ders fell to Coca-Collapse. Now the only tank left is Maga, being constantly harassed here by Isne, constantly peeking over the rails, getting a shot into him, coming back over. Maga wants to turn to defend against that, but he has multiple other guns aiming his way, and Isne right now is just on a damage farm in this 2-5-1, and Maga is the wrecking pinata that Isne is going to put all his shots into.
Yeah, this was not good from Gohard. Honestly, they need to stop playing these
hyper-defensive tactics?
These holds, because every single time they've played a hold so far, the only round they've won is where they have actually pushed Kaznakru and took the fight. And the second round they got close to winning was the one where they pushed Kaznakru and got close to fight, got in a fight, got close to win. Every single time they play this defensive hold, Kazna sniffs them out, make the correct rotations, and just kill them. Again, they had no map control. Annihilator got wrecked in the middle area. By the middle play from Kaznakru. Kaznakru had the entire map to rotate to. That RT really didn't do much. Honestly, if you look at what he did, not enough for an artillery piece. Then the 2 batches pushing 1-2 line. Yes, they got Stefan, but Durs was there. Nexus came into support. Gohard needs to stop turtling up here because it's not going to work out. If they play another slow something, I think they're going to go down 5-1.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the stats and see where the damage came from in that round, who came out on top for their team and who didn't do as well as they could have done. It's going to be interesting.
I'd say Haiba and Diplomat will be on Isna, maybe even pretty high up.
Isna, 3rd place there, RU251. Insane. Insane. Maga top damage, then Nexus, and then Diplomat, then Haiba. I honestly can't remember who's in my team, but I think, Daki, that might be the 4 players I have in my team from Kaznakru.
Well, I have Nexus, Isna, Diplomat, and Haiba.
I think that's who I've got.
And I've got Stefan as well on top of that.
I didn't add Stefan, but I took Nexus, Isna, Diplomat, Haiba, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but Muka's not playing, so...
Yes, thanks for reminding that. And
you're welcome.
And you told Mojo to pick players as well. So.
No, I didn't.
You did remind him. Don't lie to me.
Oh, yeah, I reminded him to pick. Well, you want it to be a fair competition, right, Ryan?
Well, fair, you and Mojo were colluding against me.
That's a lie.
It's not.
It's a lie.
That's why you're wearing a bow tie.
What? That's not the reason.
Dare's coming in last place there, Daki. I mean, he didn't really get a lot of shots in that fight, but I mean, he was still vital and doing some damage. I mean, 960, still 960.
Yeah, it's just not looking good for Gohard now. I mean, I expect a lot more from them. This hyper-defensive something that they're trying to bring here. Kaznakru is reading it fairly easily. You have to say it. They're doing the correct things. Kaznakru looking much, much better than Gohard right now.
Yep, well, let's have a look at the lineups here for round 2 on Prokhorovka. Daki, how many mouse?
3 for Kaznakru on
4
the defense.
in total.
4 in total.
So Kaznakru, match point here. What do you see tactic-wise, Daki, from each team here?
Well, I'm guessing Kaznakru is going to play Mouse in 1-2 line, Mouse in the middle, and Mouse on an A6 or something like that. They're going to have for sure a Mouse in the middle, I guess, to try and hold. And they need somebody on A6. They might play double Mouse in the middle and Mouse in one line. Just have the RU or one of the Batcha spot the eastern side.
Kieran, how do you think Gohard are going to break this down?
I think the only thing they're breaking down right now is mentally.
True, but tactics-wise, how do you think they're going to go against here on Kaznakru?
Well, they have to play with RT pretty much during the entire round, chip away at the Mouses. It's the only play that they got, I think. They can't go eastern side because if they go into the cap, then Kaznakru will group up the Mouses, push over, kill them. They can't go 1-2 line because there's a Mouse waiting there with Batches and support. They need to work for RT.
Well, Gohard have a bit of a mountain to climb at the moment. Kaznakru is sitting match point ahead of them. It's 4-1 right now. Gohard really haven't looked together at all here since the first map on Ghost Town. They've looked behind Kaznakru pretty much every other step of the way. Wasn't much of a challenge on Cliff. Kazna outplayed them completely. And now here in Prokhorovka, they didn't do well defensively at all. Can they do better on the attack? Well, we're about to find out here, Daki. Gohard, red team attacking, Kaznakru, blue team defending. And, well, I think I'm still sticking with my prediction. I think it's going to be a 5-1.
We'll have to see about that, but Gohard is starting off by going towards the eastern side. Oh, this might be read out early on by Kaznakru as well. They are going very aggressive in towards the middle as the defender should. The RU will spot. He spots out Coca Collapse. That gives away a lot of information here towards the Gohard side. They haven't spotted Isna yet. Kaznakru is kind of aware now that Gohard's going to be playing the eastern side because of the I7 position. You don't go there without support.
And Kaznakru do have tanks lined up on the 1-2 line, but they're very aggressive here already. So if they do decide to spot or go forward, they're at least better forward than they normally are. So nice positioning from Kaznakru to start off with here, and it looks like it's going to be quite difficult for Gohard to try and break through this right-hand side.
Well, especially when those Mouses get towards the middle, because now Kaznakru will probably clear out the 1-2 line like they should, because they know they have an overmatch there. They decide to take it. They're going to clear that out. It's going to start taking map control. And in the meantime, Gohard really hasn't taken anything yet.
I wonder how much is playing in Kazna's head right now. Please, please, please don't be all sitting here on the 1-2 line. Please, not again. Don't let everyone see us do this. The only time Kaznakru do a successful 1-2 line push, and there's nobody there. Is that really a success for them?
Well, it is kind of. And so far, Gohard only knows where the Mouses are now. So to get that information, Kaznakru is now just going to put Isna in the southern side. And they're going to play, I'm going to go back with everybody else, which is the correct thing to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at this. Immediately from Kaznakru, they see the 1-2 lines empty and they turn straight away to start coming back towards the base because they know that's where the fight's going to go. So many teams get caught hanging about in that area and then can't come back and do any kind of cap reset. But the meta's now shifted and it's more favouring heavy tanks, so we're not really going to get any kind of triple cap rush that we've seen in the past.
If Gohard keeps sitting here, I'm going to tell you Kaznakru is going to take that C8, C9 position and just wait for them
and
to
do
push.
The crossfire easily.
Yes, I think that's exactly what Kaznakru will do.
Kaznakru's doing, yep. It's a far check trying to get shot here into Stefan and his mouse. Connection coming in. 319, a lot better than he was doing previous round.
The thing is also, Gohard has no zero line controls for these bad shots. They're sitting on A5 right now to try and counter the A line. But if this keeps playing like this, they will start taking that side. They can even go to E0 and they can really just remove Coca Collapse from the map.
Gohard again, Daki doing exactly what you just said to them in the previous round. They're just sitting back, grouped up in one area. No map coverage at all from them. I mean, they're the attacking team and they seem to be the defensive team with the positioning that Kaznakru have right now.
Yeah, I'm worried for them. I'm really worried that this is not going to work out. I mean, Zafar needs to do a lot of damage here. So much damage even. Just don't know if he's going to be capable of doing it. He needs to land shot after shot after shot. Isna has complete control. They have a tier 10 lockdown over there, which is Carry Barry. If he decides to leave, then Isna will go clean up the artillery.
Yeah, Gohard really got himself stuck in the corner right now. It's going to be difficult for him to break out of this. I don't actually see a way they can actually do it, Daki, without taking a truck ton of damage. They're not near the cap, so they can't pressure the cap and force Kazna into coming after them. These tanks at the north of the map, you have 3 Batchats and Haiba just waiting to run over. Now, Caribari's peeked over the rails, he's not spotted. But Yzne's in this area as well, so Yzne will be able to say, hey, there's a Batchat over here, guys, push.
Well, Yzne doesn't see him, and Barry doesn't see Yzne. So neither of the two see each other. But Kaizu and Phil will have to be careful here because of that Batchat trap of Kazna crew still in position. If they peek too far, if they go towards stage 0 and get spotted, they're in trouble.
Haiba just kind of trying to bait out shots here onto the train area where he is in the middle of the map. Now, an interesting thing is here, Daki, is Farchek's not connected really any other significant shots afterwards, has he?
No, not really. There's another non-connection coming out there from him. I think he's just about on reload now. And Stefan and Diploma will probably start peeking very soon here in that middle area because now Gohard is, I think, where they want him to be. And unless Gohard can do a lot of damage here to these mouses, they are in so much trouble.
So looks like Stefan and Diplomat going to come over here for a peek, try and get a connection. At the same time, you might get the strike from the tanks of Casting Group, but Daki Vetsel's pulling away here as well.
Yeah, I think they need some support towards Yzne.
Kaizu and Annihilator now moved up to the rails.
They need to do so much damage to these mouses though. Kaizu, Haiba's just peeking over. Haiba
can just bully his way over there to get a shot into Kaizu, but I mean, that's not a very good trade there, Haiba. You can get tracked.
Yeah, but there comes the Batchat.
Dares and Nexus coming over here getting shots to Kaizu. Kaizu's going to go down. Great lightning strike attack as Vetsel comes over, shots into Annihilator. Haiba can shoot into him as well. Annihilator goes down. 2 tanks for 0. Casting Crew have taken a lot of damage in return, but look at this. Now they're focused on Coca-Cola. Just like that, Casting Crew have struck. They've dropped 3 tanks here from Gohard, and Gohard don't have anything really in response here. Maga's going to fall next for them, and that's 4 tanks gone in the blink of an eye, and Casting Crew in complete control of this round now.
Yeah, this game is over. They had 2 Batchats in the south. Yzne spotted them out. Kazna Crew just pushed over, came in, killed them off, unless Barry and Phil were make a miracle happen here. Kazna Crew will be doing a very good job to take the first or second spot for those online, for the online phase.
Yep, now it's just clean-up duty right now for Kazna Crew. They are going to take this round, they're going to take the map, and they're going to take the match here 5-1. It's been a bit of a stomping here from Kazna Crew, and the Gohard team that we have seen all season have not turned up today.
No, Gohard played like they've lost Mojo's Crystal.
This seems like they already lost this one from the very start, to be honest. We had a really close match on Ghost Town, and then after that, Gohard were just totally steps behind
I really don't like the way Gohard played today.
This was not the team that just thrashed Ding 5-0 that turned up today.
I think they usually play a lot more aggressive than this, and today they really played like they were afraid, like they've... I don't know what kind of game style they were going for. Obviously, it was one that didn't work. Kazna Crews did work, much more rotational, much more control over the entire map, pretty much every single round except for the ones on Ghost Town. Cliff had control.
Yep.
Prokhorovka had the control every single round. They had the entire map to them. They had the same story on Cliff. They had the entire map to play around with. Gohard had nothing. Gohard getting catched off guard pretty much everywhere they went. This was... Honestly, they need to go back to the drawing board because it doesn't seem like these kind of tactics are their style. So slow, so passive, so readable even from Kazna Crew and a team with that amount of experience. You could just see how they outread them, outplayed them.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look at the post-battle stats and see where the damage was done, Deki. Top 4 tanks all coming out, Kazna Crew. I mean, top 6 tanks all coming out, Kazna Crew. Only Maga able to get on the front page there for Gohard.
Yeah, Haiba there peeking over, taking all the shots for his team, so the Batchats could come over cleanly, kill Kaizu, kill Nile, kill Coca Collapse, and Gohard had 2 Batchats in the south. And then the only thing that was there for Kazna Crew was Yzne in the tier 8. That was 2 tanks out of the fight. That's never going to go well for Gohard.
Yeah, so quickly, and then they took out Nile and the Batchat really quickly, then they took out another tank right after that, and that was it, like, done and dusted. Yzne, okay. Last place there, but I mean, your team won. It doesn't matter, mate. Yeah, I expected a lot better here from Kazna Crew. I don't want to say I told you so, but on Facebook Live, I did say Kazna Crew rather than Gohard, and then I did say a 5-0 or a 5-1 today. So, Once again, I do get lucky. I do get lucky occasionally, Daki. To be honest, predicting a winner here is only a 50-50 chance. So, you know, I wanted to gamble. I saw the opportunity. I took it.
Disappointing performance.
Yes, definitely. I mean,
let's sum it up in that.
Credit for Kazna Crew for playing
we credited Kazna Crew for playing well, but we
Yeah.
were still disappointed with the way Gohard came to show
Yeah,
today.
here's the thing. We weren't expecting Gohard to stomp Kazna Crew. Daki, you're predicting tiebreaker. We were expecting a long match between these two teams. They certainly have the capability to do it. Now, in the past, Gohard have smashed Kazna Crew 5-1, but then Kazna Crew have then won 5-4, so it was a tiebreaker last time round. And Gohard just recently beat Ding 5-0, so we were expecting a much stronger Gohard, and this was not the
I
team that we were
think Gohard
expecting.
needs to start gearing up for the online playoffs because probably they're going to be heading towards that one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at the table, actually, just after we have a look at the top damage here. Diplomat coming out on top for his team. Vetso,
Unbelievable.
actually, second top damage.
Unbelievable. The one time Mojo picks Vetso.
Seriously, Mojo's got Vetso?
Yes.
Crystal Ball, Daki.
He's got Vetso. He actually has Vetso.
Crystal Ball. I said I wanted to pick Vetso, but it was a gamble because Vetso isn't always in the lineup. He rotates in and out of the lineup. But instead, I went with Mucka, and that went well for me. Failware and Annihilator, top damage dealers there for Gohard. Then we have Nexus, Kaizu. Haiba actually coming in 7th place as well.
Yeah. My players. Stefan not having the match. I was really down in picking Stefan, but you know.
I mean, it's hard. It's really hard, as you've said before. Expect unexpected. You can never really predict what's going to happen in the league. But this has had an impact on the standings, Daki, which is really interesting. Now, Ding are now top of the table, 36 points.
Kaznas too.
Kazna Crew are now second place on 34 points, and now Gohard are third place with 33 points. Now, Ding and Gohard, they have to play against the Gunrunners, and that's it. That's their season done right now.
Kazna Crew has.
Kazna Crew still have to play Isuba and Oops.
Against Oops, that could be a close match. Against the Suba, I doubt it.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard game. I mean, Oops potentially going for points, trying to get positioning here right now for the playoffs, because Oops can't get that 1-2 spot, but still not fully decided yet. So still, this last match could be really important. Gunrunners could still cause an upset. Utopia and, Isuba and Oops could still cause an upset with Kazna Crew.
Well, we'll have to see. We have an entire 3 more days to find out how the story unfolds.
Yep, indeed. But that means that we have 2 more matches to come for tomorrow, Daki. So let's have a look at those matches. Actually, no. Hey, if you're taking part in Quest, your name VIX.
VixGB.
Vix, there was a Z. VIXZ. Can we get that up again, please?
VixGB.
VIXZGB. Congratulations, you won the Defender. For everyone else who didn't win, chill out, calm down, please. Don't bother going looking up people's stats and complaining about their win ratios and all that nonsense. That has nothing to do with it, so get off the high horse and chill out. We still have 3 more shows to go this weekend. You still have a chance to get it. On average, roughly only about 500 to 800 people meet the requirements for the quest, because the majority of people here, they're here to watch the matches and they're not just here for a free tank. Patience, people. Patience. Thank you.
Standings.
Standings indeed, Daki. Let's have a look at that table now, because like we said, Ding top on 36, Kazna Crew then 34, Gohard 33.
The Kazna Crew has still 2 matches in hand. If they win both of those, they will be putting themselves into the number 1 position. 6 points is still to be gained for them. That would be 40. Ding has 1 more match in hand. 39 is the max for them. Gohard, 1 more match in hand. 36 is the max for hand.
Now, when it comes to playoffs, 3rd place plays 6th and 4th plays 5th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So, if Utopia can maintain a lead against Isuba, they know they're going to just play Oops. But it's not decided between those 3 either.
No, we'll see.
Isuba, Utopia, Oops, it can still swap positions.
Yeah, Oops can still make
Nobody
it.
wants that 6th spot because they know you have to play against the 3rd place team, and it's one of the 3 strongest teams here.
We'll see.
True. It's going to be interesting. Now, the matches tomorrow, Daki, we've got Kazna Crew playing their 2nd game against Isuba, then we have Gunrunners against Gohard.
On paper, both 2 quick matches. Honestly, looking at it, Kazna Crew should dominate Isuba to get those points towards... they need those points. Realistically, they can't slip up anywhere. They need them. They want to get them. We expect them to get them. When Gunners versus Gohard want to get those points in case Kazna Crew magically lose their last 2 matches, and they can still make it into those top 2 positions.
Yep. It's going to be interesting. I can't predict those games. I would say Kazna Crew and Gohard. But it's not going to change the positioning on the league. I think Kazna Crew have done it, to be honest. I think this win was a huge win for them. And
nothing is decided until Sunday evening.
That's true. We're going all the way to Sunday evening to the decider. Well, that was our matches this evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 PM CET, where it'll be myself and I believe Mojo tomorrow. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for watching.